And welcome to RP Geeks. We are here with Urchins.
Urchins!
Urchins! It's the Urchin Dance!
Chapter 4. I hope that various internet speeds just came together to make our little urchin dance, if you're watching this on video, perfectly in time. Yeah, we have had 3 episodes of Urchin Dance practice. We've had 3 episodes of hijinks, fun shenanigans, talking to dead people, and then things getting a little bit more tense, and people started sort of shouting at each other. Oh no, where's the shenanigans go? All of the backstory is bubbling up.
You did this, Shaman.
Yeah.
So much, it's so good. So I am very excited to dive in with chapter 4 today. But first, we probably ought to just give ourselves a little refresher, remember who we all are and who we're playing today. So I am Shamini, she, her. I will be your Fate Weaver for today. And the first of our 3 players, I will throw over to Zack.
Hello, I'm Zack, and I'm playing Theo, a teenage hypocrite.
Yeah.
His pronouns are he, him, as are mine.
Folarin.
Hi, my pronouns are he, him, as is the character that I will be playing called Will, who I guess must now be a teenage dirtbag. Or a preteen dirtbag.
Preteen dirtbag, baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Fiona.
Hello, my name is Fiona. She, her pronouns, as does Eddie, my little rapper scamp. Definitely not a teenager, but definitely, I think princess privileges are coming out, and also is always accompanied by Princess Cecily, her erstwhile pigeons. We're not sure which one, but there's a couple of them. So, yeah.
So in case you have somehow missed all of the first 3 episodes, these are 3 little orphans living in Victorian London, and they seem to have strange superpowers. They each have different powers and different costs that come with them. And so far this series, they've broken into a lot of houses.
Yeah.
They've
You gave us a lot of houses to break into.
I did do that. They've put a lot of pigeons in a lot of places. And they seem to have stumbled upon... they seem to have stumbled upon someone who was looking for them. They
Nope.
stumbled sort of straight into the house of someone who's like, oh, I really wish I could find these orphans, huh? So that was great. And where we left off last session, they'd managed to escape from the clutches of danger, run back to their run-down, squat attic in a condemned building, and had a big fight.
Some things were said. Some things we can't take back, and some
can't
things
be
we will.
unsaid.
I don't think we want to take them back.
And they found, just on the cliffhanger of last episode, that they had an unexpected visitor. So that is where we're going to pick up. So, Will, you turn and you see this figure in the window. Theo, Eddie, you look where he's looking. A little girl with 2 long plaits watching at you. Emily Bates. In this moment of silence, what do you do?
Hello. I think this little girl just sort of looks through the skylight and just sort of waves and taps on the window.
Theo?
What?
Theo. You see her as well, right?
Yeah, is this a friend of yours?
Hello, I can hear you.
Theo, she can hear us.
If you whisper, I can't.
The window is open.
If we whisper, she can't hear us.
It's like puts my foot to the window.
Eddie, come close, come close.
Okay.
Like,
Huddle.
put Eddie behind me. Oi,
Urchin
what do you
huddle.
want?
Well, I'd quite like to come in. I'm on a roof.
No, don't give consent to get in. That's how vampires get in. I know that. I read that.
I'm not a
someone told me that
vampire. I'm
recently.
not a vampire.
Yeah.
Well done, Eddie, for paying attention. Because that is how vampires get in.
Yeah.
Prove to us you're not a vampire.
Yeah.
And she like opens her mouth really wide and shows her teeth.
Is it sunny out?
What time is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's actually lunchtime. So yeah, it's kind of like the middle of the day because you got up this morning, went and invaded a house, and then ran back here. So yeah.
Guys, what year did Bram Stoker's Dracula come out?
Oh no.
Let's not do that.
No, this is important. Okay, this is valid.
Oh,
So
God,
far,
what
we've
year?
mentioned many things in this game where I'm like, I know that this will have a year specific to it, and I'm very much
1897,
ignoring.
I think that's safe.
Fucking
fine.
boom.
If the
Yeah.
year
Okay.
starts with 18,
Quite,
No,
quite
it's-
popular
yeah,
now,
fine.
probably.
It's
like,
floating timeline. If it happened in the 18
Yeah.
okay, I think we're probably safe.
No, 'cause that's the person. That's the person that was like I
Eddie,
saw her.
please.
Oh, she's taken my name, and I'm just hiding behind Theo.
oi, how do you know Eddie?
I know all of you. Do you not remember me?
Can we roll something?
You, well, do I
Can we?
not remember you?
Is there something we can roll,
Theo
Sean?
was much older, so I don't know if he would, but... Will, Eddie, you knew me. We ate dinner together.
Okay, if we ate dinner together, what's my favourite meal?
Well, it was gruel, because that's all we ever had.
Okay, yeah, I think actually she does know. Yeah, no, because it was. I did quite like
You
the
do
gruel
like
because
gruel.
that was
You
all we
did. You
had.
put a lot of salt in it when they let you have salt.
Call it salty
Oh,
gruel
God,
time.
it's
It's true,
Salty
you do
Gruel,
like
gruel.
salt, yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie and Will, do you want to roll brains?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'd love to roll a d4. Thank you.
Now, I will say that when you got the letter, you saw.
That's 4.
Woo!
What am I trying to hit,
Boom.
by the way?
A number, a reasonably
Yeah,
not too
this is,
high
the, this is the
number.
period of the show where
Um,
Shamini remembers how to
I
write.
remember the
Like,
rules. The rules are great. I
Kids
love them.
on buy.
Um,
Should be like kids on penny farthing.
5.
Okay.
5? Great,
Oh,
I've definitely
yeah.
hit that.
Bloody
That's
hell!
that.
My brains are a 20, but I rolled a 1.
Wow. You hate her. Okay, it's fine.
I
Roll the
also rolled a 5 on my
I
brain.
can see the illustration for Pansy on the stream. She's very cute.
Yeah. So the thing that makes this easier is that you guys found a letter which listed the names of some kids who you vaguely remembered. So even though it's been a little while and you haven't kind of thought about that time at the orphanage much since then, potentially, you kind of have a short list where you're like, I think this is probably one of the children on the letter. And yeah, Theo and Eddie, like a little bit older because you were pretty young then, but this little girl is Pansy.
Mm. You're Pansy, aren't you?
I am. Hello. Could I come in? It's quite high up.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, fine. Come in.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm gonna like try and clamber out and like kind of reach a hand out as I
What,
like
like the
potentially
ring
stumble.
girl who's coming
Not like
in?
the ring
I was
girl.
gonna
What
say,
is the
really
skylight?
ring
What
girl coded.
angle is the skylight? Like, is it a
Yeah, like
skylight?
roof angle. No, like roof
Or,
angle.
Roof
like,
angle.
this?
Roof
Okay,
angle,
she's gonna
yeah.
try and climb, but she's tiny, and so she's sort of like lifting up her skirts as she like and sort of sits on the side of the skylight.
I'm just eyeing up how tiny and nimble this character seems to be, and
No, absolutely not.
noting it for future reference.
She probably looks fairly nimble, and she sort of sits and dangles her leg in the room and goes, "This is nice. Did you make it yourself? Like
Yeah.
decorate and stuff."
Well, I mean, we got what we could. Someone was here. What are you doing here?
Oh.
Were you in what's his name's face? Jambi's place?
Yes, I saw you.
Eddie, you said you saw someone.
Yeah, I saw you. You were looking out of the room, and then we passed you on the street. You were following us back.
Oh, no, that will be Charles.
What?
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 That will have been Charles.
Okay.
Who's Charles?
Charles is my friend. He lives with me and Jambi and then the others.
Right.
So-
Okay. Okay. Look, before we get any further, Jambi, he's is he an upstanding gentleman? Are you all treated nicely, or what's going on there?
Yes, we have beds now, proper ones, with pillows and blankets. He gives us books and food. It's not just gruel. I mean, he could probably get you gruel if you'd like it, Will.
Yeah, no, I have to
No,
say
he's got
my
Marmite
palate-
now. He doesn't need no gruel.
Yeah, I was going to say my palate's developed since then. I don't
Marmite.
really do gruel no more.
Okay. Is
Sorry,
Marmite your
can you
favourite?
can you just give us one second?
Yes, and she sort of starts rocking
Lads.
on the skylight.
Yeah.
Just a quick
Urchin
huddle.
huddle. Urchin huddle. Urchin huddle.
Urchin huddle,
Not-
yeah.
not, this urchin, not you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No, she's not.
Anyway.
She's got a home.
Well,
She's not an urchin.
Maybe an
Um,
orphan.
okay. So, they're fine, right?
I think maybe it warrants a little bit more investigation than I'd have a bed.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. You're right. All right. Hey. Pansy.
Pansy. Yes.
So, you got a bed. That's nice.
Mhm.
Do you sense any ulterior motives in our Alexander Jambi?
What's an ulterior?
Yes. Okay.
Perhaps we start with the proper motives. Why does he want you?
Well, we help him.
How?
How?
Yeah.
Just with, things.
Such as.
I don't really know you very well yet.
Yeah.
Can
sure.
I get down, please?
You're in the house.
How do I get down? And she sort of looks
Her little
down.
feet just dangling like way up.
You gotta jump. And I
Oh.
point to a hole in the roof where there's some like bedding and like soft stuff below.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
need to jump through and into.
So not through this window, through there.
No, you gotta jump off the roof.
Oh, okay. One
That
second.
window doesn't open. It's rusted shut. We tried.
Can I? Oh, I thought I was okay. I understand. Can I run up and try and just like leap through the hole?
Oh God.
Okay.
We've never previously had to roll to do this, Shaman.
No, I know. It's just the way she put it. I don't want her to roll
She's-
to do
She's
it.
trying to show off.
Okay.
And we
well,
never saw Pansy again as she plummeted through the
died.
rotten
Would-
floorboards.
Would you like to roll brawn?
Brawn? No. I'd like
Surely
to.
Would you like
flight.
to roll?
Flight. Quite badly, actually,
Flying.
Shamini.
Through the air.
I was gonna say. I mean, this is like flight
jump
or
brawl,
charm.
is it?
If this is to impress
Jumping?
us, if this is to show off, then
I'll take charm.
I would allow charm.
Okay. What's the number, Sham?
Maybe we're just determining how much
It's
of a
not
flourish
hard,
you
but
put on the
yeah, it
jump.
depends how much you're making things difficult for yourself.
What's she trying to hit?
7. It's always a 7. I always
Okay.
7.
It's a 6, so I'll spend 1 adversity token to make it a 7.
Yeah, really,
Catch
really
yourself.
putting those adversity tokens to good use.
Yeah.
Got impressions.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
What does it look like as you do
Yeah.
this? Is it impressive? How impressive is
Can
it?
it be impressive, Shamini? Will you let me make it impressive?
Well, you only just made it, so like a little bit impressive because you were
Okay.
You did specify that you were trying to show.
I was trying to show off. That's why you made
Yeah.
me roll, right?
Yeah.
So,
yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I do-
It's
I
very
do
neat.
a-
Yeah.
I think she sort of just almost like, you know how if you jump off a diving board and you like pencil jump into the water. I think she just sort of lands like straight down. She has her arms up as she goes through the hole and just sort of lands and like kind of does a little plie and goes, "Hello." And you see her shoes. She has these little like buckled
All right, we
shoes.
get it. You're
Yeah,
pretty impressive.
pretty good form. I'll give you at least a 9.
Thank you.
But what do you want?
I just wanted to talk to you.
Theo, don't be rude. Don't. No, we.
No, come on.
I saw
Turns
you
up-
from the house and you left and you got out of the orphanage and we were all very jealous and I wanted to know what happened to you and whether anything happened to you.
Lots of stuff.
Well,
happened.
and it's funny that you should say that because we wanted to check on you because we were worried that you were in danger, or maybe being manipulated or abused, or I don't know, something. But
Is that why you came
How
back to
about-
find me?
Yes.
yeah.
That's nice.
So how about we just exchange information? No, how about we have a chat, and you tell us about what's happening with you, and we'll
Mhm.
tell you about what's happening with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 for 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ask a question, then I'll ask a question.
That seems.
I'll go first.
You are the guest, I guess.
Would you like to shake my hand?
That seems loaded. That seems, now that you've asked it in that way, I don't know. I don't know.
I'll do it. I will
Oh,
take
God.
your hand and shake it.
I will
Okay.
just sort of touch and grab Theo's hand.
Theo, you shake Pansy's
Oh,
hand.
why is Shamini talking?
Sorry, hello.
What's about to happen?
You suddenly get this like tingling sense of every piece of metal in this room, and you like so much stronger than ever before. You are aware of
No.
every little bit of it without even trying.
Oh
Like
no.
it's all around you, and it comes in this little rush.
Sorry, Zack face.
It's not
Oh,
so.
this is so dangerous.
Yeah. And Pansy, I will say that you do find yourself slightly hazy on what it was Mr. Jambi asked you to do.
Hey.
Something important.
I'm Pansy. It's nice to meet you.
Sorry, can I check really quickly? Was there any physical indication of what just happened? Like, did the metal in the room like,
Vibrate.
or anything, or was it literally just he felt it and we didn't see anything?
Theo, did you react at all?
I would like to maybe roll something to not have reacted.
Great. Okay. I would suggest charm, but you could argue for flight.
I will be looking
Could I
for a
argue
reaction as
grit?
well. So, yeah.
Could I
Yes,
do grit? to
I
kind
think
of
that's actually this
hold
is
it
a great
down?
use of grit. Yeah. Perfect.
What am I trying to hit here?
You are a thing that I know the answer to.
I mean, I can set a DC for myself, but I'll
I
make
would
it easy.
say
A 1.
Yeah.
I would say
I did it.
a 10 to be completely unfindable.
Oh, wow.
But a little bit tiered.
What die are you rolling?
Well, funny you should ask, but I'm rolling a D20.
Ooh.
He's a gritty boy.
Which means if you had an adversity token, you could just.
I do have an adversity token, but I kind of want.
Yeah, I want to see you fail.
Yeah.
I would also
Yeah,
say
roll,
that you
roll.
didn't plan. You can't stop and plan not to react.
It's very
right?
hard to plan
That
a
is
handshake.
true.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to
Here
decide
we
not
go.
to do a reaction.
You just like your hand becomes very limp and sweaty. Like.
That is only a 5.
Sorry.
I think, I do think, if it's okay, Shamini, I can narrate something.
Yeah, go for it.
I think it is that, there's a tea kettle in the fireplace, and there's little trinkets and knickknacks and a cog machine, like a pulley system where they tried to do some construction in this place that never came through, and all of that just starts to shake and whir. And I think even maybe there's some sparks in the fireplace as well that start going, and all of a sudden I just kind of pull my hand away and I'm like, Pansy, is it?
Theo, hello.
We get a question now, don't we?
Your turn, yes?
What you reckon, Will?
Yeah, that was interesting. My question to you is, and I realise that this is a somewhat peculiar question,
Sure.
but as it were, I do think that we are sort of companionable in this situation, and so
You're using a lot of very big words.
yeah, it's because I'm very well read. Thank you for noticing.
At the library.
Okay, well that's going to be a later question but we're gonna ask about that.
Okay.
Do you have any abilities that some might call supernatural?
Yes. My turn.
No.
Eddie, would you like to shake my hand?
Absolutely not. And my hands are like behind my back, like holding them.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, my turn again. Please.
No, I think it's Theo or Eddie's turn now.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
And
If you skip, I can go.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe ask
What
her
you just did, can I do it?
You did do it.
How?
Well, I don't know. I didn't. My turn. Will? Please?
I am-
No,
No, go on. Do it, Will.
no. I don't think I'm going to. So here's what we agreed. We agreed that we were gonna do questions back and forth.
Mhm.
The answer to which might be no. So
Yeah.
you've asked, I suppose, whether or not I will shake your hand.
Yes.
And I think my answer is going to be no to that,
Fine.
politely and respectfully, if you don't mind.
Okay.
But thank you for the offer.
You're very welcome. Your turn. Eddie?
Did you have this peculiar power at the orphanage when we were there?
Yes.
Then why
But
did
you
tell
left.
us?
You didn't want to be my friend, Eddie. We were going to be... I had a bed for you. When we moved to Mr. Johnby's, it was going to be Pansy and Eddie in our room. And then you never came back. I thought you would. But you're here now, so we can all be friends, right?
Yeah, we can all be friends. Yeah.
And that's
My-
your question answered.
No, I need to go. I'm going to go again. What about the others? Did they have powers? Did they get them at the orphanage?
Some of them do. Not all of them. And yes, I think everyone got them at the orphanage.
Pansy, give us 1 second. Can we
Okay.
just have another huddle really quickly?
Mhm.
Quick urchin huddle.
Should I have to go back out the skylight?
No, you can stay here. You're more than welcome. Please make yourselves at home.
Oh.
Okay. So, everyone had powers at the orphanage.
Hmm.
We didn't know that, right? That's not a thing that we knew.
No.
Okay.
We thought we were the only ones.
Do we trust her?
Not as far as I can throw her.
Mm-mm.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Right, it's your turn, Pansy.
For a question,
Yeah, go on.
why did you leave?
Because we'd had enough. Because we couldn't take it anymore. You were there, you knew what it was like. Wouldn't you have left if you could?
Is that your question?
Yeah, go on.
I think I would have gone with you if you'd asked me.
Well, if wishes were fishes and all that.
My turn. Do you wish the world was a bit better?
That one's for Will.
Yeah, I do. I do wish the world were a bit better, and I think maybe it can be. So, I guess that leads me quite nicely onto another question I have for you, which is, you seem to know about the work that I do at the library, or work I do for the library, and I know that your Johnby is a benefactor of the library. So, what's that connection all about?
It's part of a bigger plan.
Do you want to elaborate on what that plan might be?
I can't quite remember it. That's strange. It's something
Do you forget
about...
things a lot?
Not normally. It's something about London and... There are two Londons, you see. But I can't quite remember which.
Okay. All right. Okay.
My
You
turn.
got any more? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Will you come back with me? You can leave again. He won't make you stay.
Look, so he sent you here to get us back?
No. I saw you, and it was just nice to see you, and I followed, and then I just think you could help us. If we were all together, maybe it would be different.
Help us do what?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Me either.
Makes me think you're being made to not remember by someone trying to take advantage of you.
At this point,
Can I? Oh, sorry. After you.
you hear some clunking from downstairs.
Not clunking.
I hate
Clunking.
clunking.
It's very
Someone's at-
clunky.
Someone's at the door.
You mentioned that you had a friend, Charles. Charles will be coming.
Yes,
Could that be him there?
probably, yes. Charles! Stop it!
Nope. Nope. Mm-mm.
We're
As you,
upstairs!
as you say that,
Oh, God.
Charles sticks his head through the hole in the roof.
Oh, you're up there.
What's
Hello.
Charles look like?
Yeah.
Charles looks like a very tall, skinny, brown teenager.
Older and bigger than me, or
Definitely thinner. Maybe about your age. Hard to say.
okay?
Oh, you're pretty young.
Presumably a bit older. We recognize him as being one of the kids from the orphanage.
Again, you're like, oh yeah, that one, yeah.
That one,
Yeah.
yeah.
You have to ask nicely to come in.
I can just stay on the roof. I don't mind. Whatever you want.
No, don't stay on the like. Come in.
He's not a
Sorry.
vampire.
You called
Show
me.
him show them your teeth.
No, see, because when you tell people that you're not a vampire, again, it's very suspicious. That makes it sound like you are definitely a
I'm
vampire.
not a vampire.
Or a werewolf.
It's enough
I
squabbling.
could be a werewolf.
What do you do then?
Me?
Yeah.
You can tell them.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I work for Mr. Jambi.
What's your power, you dimwit?
Oh,
No,
oh,
Charles,
you
it's
know.
okay.
Okay, really?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh. And as he sort of says and this sort of trails off, he just gets very still and sort of vanishes. Doesn't go anywhere. You just
But it's kind of like we lose
can't really see
focus.
him anymore. Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't it clever?
Okay.
Back.
Okay.
Do they are they like us?
One of them is. I don't know about the others.
Okay.
Theo, maybe just give him a little demonstration of what you do, just so that we can all be on equal footing here.
Yeah, I'll quickly scan Charles and Pansy and see what they got on them.
Ooh, that's exciting. Sorry, I'm
I'm gonna
excited.
fleece them right here, like in Skyrim. It's like
Okay. Yeah, that's hit a 3 on your power dice.
Okay. It's a 4.
Pansy, can you describe any money or other metal items that you have?
I don't think she'd have any money, but she'd definitely have a little satchel that would have like a little like lockpicky kit in it. So I think that probably does something. You can describe what.
Also, Charles has some coins.
he's
some
just
money.
laden down with like jewelry and like big
Charles
necklace.
is bling.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like a Christmas
Um,
tree, like boom.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what are the denominations of coin here?
Oh, is it-
You know,
Is it like
shillings?
shillings?
or
and-
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Um,
what's smaller than a shilling? Pennies.
Penny,
Got it.
penny.
I just googled it.
Yeah.
Right, so you've got about 3 pennies in your pocket, Charles. And
3.
you- back left pocket, you've also got, is that a thimble? Yeah, something like that. And you've been picking locks.
New hobby.
Girl after me own heart.
That's very clever.
I will interrupt and I will hit my knees like any British woman does and goes, well.
Well, time to go.
You got that time?
Oh, you gotta go
We must
now.
be getting on.
She hit her knees.
The clunking and scraping from downstairs continues.
Oh, it is downstairs. That was not Charles. Okay, I was confused, but okay.
Oh.
Do you know what that is? That noise?
No, but if it's not Charles, then it's not good.
It's not any of mine.
Oi, who's down there?
Oh, decided not to use stealth anymore. We used to be clever.
I did the secret well. We should leave now.
There's a like a pause. You said that loudly enough to be able to reach, right? There's a pause, and they're like, "Hello,
Who's that?
who's that?"
No, you're in my house. Who's that?
Exactly.
Do I recognize the voice?
No.
Okay.
It's a grown up. It's an adult.
Uh,
I ain't sure I am in your house, actually. Whoever you are, I think you.
Yeah, well,
might
we
be in-
asked first, so who's that?
oh God.
Charles, I think we should go.
I am a employee of Mr. Clark, and I have in fact been sent here on important work in his property. Who are you?
We're
Well, no, hang on a
tenants.
second, because who's Mr. Clark?
How did you even? Mr. Clark is the owner of these buildings where you ought not to be tenants because they're being pulled down.
Oh.
I'm gonna look really slowly. I'm just gonna do the screwiest screw face I can possibly make, and look at Theo and just go. So, Theo, your employer, the one that we've been paying rent to, how certain are you that he owns these buildings?
I'm going to, quick as a flash, hop out of the room and go downstairs to face this grown up.
Great. As you come like round, you go the long way round, come onto the street, and you can see that there's a few people, and there are a few of these sort of abandoned, condemned houses in a row, and you can see that they like some people are still in like the one next door, and there's a figure in your house.
Oi! You better show me some proof that whoever owns this building right now.
All right, young man, you are
I ain't messing about.
feisty. I don't know what to
I don't
tell
understand
you.
that word. Just show me the papers.
Well, I got this one, and the paper that he shows you is a notice of demolition. It's not like a super legal document. It's basically to put up to let people know that there's going to be this work going on, but it does say authorized by property owner T. Clark Esquire.
And who'd you work for?
Well, I've been hired by agents of Mr. Clark to begin the work. Have you been squatting in these houses?
Fuck off. I just go away.
They're coming down. I'm sorry.
Wait, oi, when?
Well, we're getting to it. Look, we don't have to do this bit first. Like I know it's tough out
Give me some
there.
heads up, all right?
Well, like the next few days, like it
Got it.
is sort of
Got it.
happening. You're gonna be all right, yeah?
Fuck off.
you see, he just gives this like little sort of sympathetic look.
I don't
So
like that.
patronising. So patronising.
Sorry you lost your house. Pat. Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no, he cares. He
sorry.
just can't do much about it. Poor baby. While that's going on, I think Pansy will sort of go over and sit next to Eddie. And do you want to be friends?
I don't.
I kept your bed like neat and things. I didn't put stuff on it or anything.
I don't understand. You never said you had. Like
You didn't talk to me. The three of you all sort of kept to yourselves and didn't talk to anyone else, and it's fine. It's okay. I was a bit strange, so it's okay. And mine are a bit different.
What
Can I
do you
show
do?
you?
Mm,
And I'll just
It
sort of
won't-
put my hand out like flat in front of her.
oh man. It won't hurt.
Not you.
Well, as long as you promise that you believe me, because some people don't believe me. And I just grab your hand.
You grab Pansy's little hand in
I don't-
your.
by the way, I
little
don't like
skinny
this.
hand. Hi, it's me again,
Hi.
the GM. I'm gonna jump in and narrate, and you start to hear something. It sort of sounds like vague muttering, and you kind of tune into it, and you hear, I don't know, well, she looks a bit odd, but I wonder if she has any. What if she has any breadcrumbs? Like, I could really go for some breadcrumbs right now. Actually, some more of that marmalade, that'd be nice. God, yeah, I really like marmalade. And
You switched to inner monologue, Sham.
Yeah.
Charlie, you're meant to be playing the game now.
Oh,
You're
right,
not meant
sorry,
to.
yeah.
Focus.
GM insert NPC in the corner, cooing to themselves and thinking about marmalade. And you start, like, there are other voices, you realise, more quietly. And you realise that there's just like this like faint choir. And all around you, you are hearing these like not the inner monologue, but the sort of louder thoughts like, yeah, horse.
Same. Anytime I see a horse.
That's just the kind of thing that pigeons think. Okay, and you realise that you have like just reached out beyond this house, and there's just this gentle, quiet murmuring of a slow, a subtle cacophony of pigeons, and as you sense this and look at Pansy, you faint. You're unconscious. You're gone.
I let go of her hand and go, uh-oh. I'm in big trouble.
Can we narrate that as she hits the ground is when I land back and I'm like, what have you done?
I didn't do
I've been in
anything.
there for 5 minutes.
I didn't do anything.
I think Will during this time was just like almost making provisions of like packing things into like a, if we have to move quickly, this is what we're going to do. But I've been like watching Charles this entire time as I've been doing this. So as I hear the commotion and I look over, I'm just
Hands
like,
up.
Eddie, what did you do?
No. She asked if she could show me, and I could show her. And I thought it was like a cool like friendship thing, and I was just trying to make friends my own age. Will.
Oh, okay. Charles, is this normal?
You did, Sham.
I don't know. What did you do?
Okay, you know what, Charles?
You are
useless.
Sorry.
I'll
Why you go invisible or something? And I'll just get down and start to kind of pat Pansy on the side of the face.
You see Charles like sadly just sort of faded.
Oh, Charles. Charles is such a baby. Can I wake up?
You
yeah.
stir. Yeah.
Oh, you all right?
Oh, yes, that's a big one, isn't it? Eddie, wow. There's so much there. Your power is that must hurt a lot.
You get used to it.
I hope so. Oh, my head's fuzzy. Right. Well, all okay, Theo, down there?
Sorry,
fine.
what? There's too much happening. Yeah, wait, Theo, what's going on?
Nothing to worry about right now.
Okay, I think I disagree. Actually, Theo, I feel like it's something that we have to worry
We'll
about.
talk
Like,
about it
immediately.
later.
Do you need another huddle?
No.
I don't know where
No.
Charles is, so.
Yeah, Charles is over there. It's like jabbing.
Charles, I don't like it when you do that.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Charles, why are you here?
He found you.
Yeah, I had to.
Why? Wait, hey, do you know what your bloody plan is? Or is it there's all a bunch of bloody orphans running around with no idea what they're doing or why?
No, I know what the plan is.
And what is
What?
it?
Has my memory come back yet? Oh
Um,
no, is it gone? It's fine if it's gone.
No. I will say the like little fragments of it are maybe still going, but like the big grand vision is there.
No, it's okay. He doesn't. Charles isn't really. You're lovely, Charles, but you're not really.
I know the plan though.
Okay. Well, how about you go first, and I'll just chime in.
Well, I don't think we're supposed to tell people the plan because we might get
We
arrested.
don't want us to bloody come with you.
Well,
for your
we're
big
not going to
plan.
arrest you, are we?
I don't think they're going to arrest us, Charles.
I might tell someone.
Can you pinky promise not to tell us and not to tell? And I'll put my finger out in
you know
front of
what?
Will.
I'll do you one better.
No, don't take
no,
her fucking
no,
hand.
No!
No.
Pinky
I
promise,
don't-
Will. Will.
Look, I think we've already established that I am very suspicious about touching you, so I'm not going to do that. But what I can say is that I think it would be best if we all agree that this is, how should we call it, a safe space, and that everything that we say here is not going anywhere else. Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
I look
Yeah.
at the pigeons. I go, yep, agreed.
I think they agree with you.
Okay, so, please, what is the plan?
Go on, Charles. Seems you think you're the leader now.
No, I didn't. No, I just said I also know. I also know the plan too.
Well, good. This is a good test, isn't it? You go first.
Well, there's things that are unfair, and in the world, and politics is unfair.
Oh, you're very
Yeah.
good at this, Charles.
How you decide things is not because the aristocrats they get to decide laws
That is true, yeah.
Yeah.
and
Revolution. He's trying to say revolution.
we're not supposed to say
Okay,
that.
but what kind specifically? The thing is, there's lots of different types of workers' revolutions, right? Or
Play
rather,
the work
is it?
revolutionist bloody zombie. You seen his ass?
Well, and exactly that, because I said workers' revolution, because that's the thing that comes to my brain. But what kind of revolution are we talking about here, and how are you playing a role in it?
That's quite big questions. That's quite a lot of questions, and we weren't
Why
meant
is
to
an
be doing
adult
one at
got
a
a bunch
time.
of fucking children running around to be an army of
Theo,
superpowered
Theo, language,
dickheads?
language, come on.
Sorry. He does genuinely never swear with the
I
others.
know.
But like,
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but that's the
But
bit
he's-
I think Will picks it out. He's like, wait, whoa,
Whoa.
Eddie's here. Come on.
Yeah. Like he'll say anything to anyone, but these guys, he's like,
Yeah,
keep it
hands
in.
on
But
it.
I think he's like he's really had it.
Pansy,
Mm.
Pansy, Violet's outside, and she's
Who's
sort of
fucking Violet?
Violet. Okay.
she's sort of
Another one of them.
waving her
Oh
hands around and like jumping up and down and stuff.
Okay. Right. I'm sorry. I will. We can talk about this later. I have to go check on Violet, and I will
Can
try
I
and
clock
like
Violet?
get myself out.
Why can't Violet come here?
Can I clock Violet?
If you stick your head out of the hole in the
Yeah,
roof.
I wanna memorize the face.
Yeah, and again, like, oh yeah, that's. She's like a little bit older than Eddie and Pansy. Again, closer to yours and Charles's age. She's got black hair just like sticking out everywhere.
Do you mind if Violet comes in? I don't really want Violet to come in.
Wait, why don't you want Violet to come in?
And who's
She's,
Violet?
she's just, not my favourite. She's another one of the children.
Why is she not your favourite?
She's a bitch.
Whoa!
Sorry, I'm not meant to say
Okay.
it. I'm not meant to say it. I'm not
I
meant to
don't
say
know
it.
what the moral fibre of this society has come to, but the fact that we're all just throwing these words around like they're nothing, I don't know what's going on, but I think, you know what,
Sorry.
both of you wash your mouths out with soap.
Okay,
That's
can
the
you
only,
pass me
that's
the
the only thing we
soap?
can do. Well, I mean, we don't have
It's
soap.
metaphorical soap.
Yeah, we don't.
I would do that. Would it taste nice?
No.
No. Okay.
Yes, no, it's not good.
Right, I'll stick my head out. Violet!
What? We gotta go.
Where?
We got to on a mission. On a mission.
Okay, just put my back down. I'm really sorry. If you would just give me just 1 second, and I'll lift myself out.
Oh, an urchin huddle happening up there. Bloody hell.
Like,
It's
Violet,
only
what-
where we had a couple of.
You know who
Mhm.
said there's an emergency, and we've
Yes.
got to go to one of his places.
Well, there are code words, aren't there, Violet? So you can tell me which one.
I did not memorize your invented code words, Pansy. I must have forgotten to. So
Charades
sorry.
I just watched the charades as well.
The library.
wow.
Okay, fine. Right. Charles, we have to go. Where are you?
As that yelling conversation is going on, can I just take Will aside and say, pack a bag, take Eddie with you, follow them.
You gonna follow him?
You follow them. I'm going somewhere else.
Where are you going?
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna do what you say because this situation is, unfortunately, fucked.
You don't need to start as well.
Yeah, well,
because I've
hey,
done it.
hey, mate, that's what happens when your influence starts using bad words. I do too, and this situation is fucked. So I guess that's what I'm gonna use now. I'm gonna say that word, but just understand, Theo, that I don't like any of this. And if you get hurt or if you get Eddie hurt,
I don't
just
like
be
it either.
smart, please.
I don't like it either, but listen, if it makes you feel any better, train job's off.
Okay, yeah, that makes me feel a lot better, actually.
Great.
Yeah.
You take Eddie, follow them, but don't let them take Eddie, alright? Don't let Eddie go with them, but find out where they're going and what they're doing.
Yeah, no, of course, that makes sense. Good. When I look up, is Eddie still?
Oh, God. Perpetually, like, Eddie's in the background, I feel like, of every shot, and then we turn, and she's gone.
It's that episode of Community where Arthur just has his own adventure in the background.
Yeah. Eddie and the pigeons.
I'm gonna look up and go. Okay, Theo, if you'll permit me just to use it one last time. Fuck! And then I'm gonna run after and try and figure out where Eddie is gone.
Yeah.
I will say that because
I haven't
Pansy and
left.
Violet were having a conversation that involved shouting down from a roof,
Mm.
you did all hear Pansy say, "Oh, the library, right?"
Yeah.
In a very
It was
sarcastic
intentional.
tone.
Yeah.
I would say that Theo, you know probably where they're going, assuming.
Yeah, for sure.
Will you climb out onto the roof where you find the lot of them?
Hello.
And by the lot of them, just so because I really want to know, Eddie, are you there with them also?
Of course not. Why would I be there?
Okay.
Where's Eddie right now?
Yeah.
I think Eddie would have sort of slipped out to maybe a nearby rooftop elsewhere that has those hutches of pigeons. So like what Fiona imagines as the Pigeon Hotel, and so it's like just, like hanging out there because it's been a bit overwhelming of meeting new people and is still sort of recovering from the interaction with Pansy.
That is overwhelming.
Yeah.
You once you stopped touching Pansy, that constant hubbub left, but like going back into this like group of them like along the roof there, like you get back that just sort of this comforting chitter chatter of just pigeons like thinking pigeon thoughts, like, oh, it's a lovely sun. It's lovely hanging out in the sun. Oh, the sun's too bright. The sun's in my eyes. Oh, get your own. That's my patch. That's shut up.
Yeah, I think
it's nice.
I'll try and find Princess Cecily amongst them, and I'll be like, Princess, you know that the house that we were at with the you said there were other pigeons there. Like,
oh, the place with the pigeons. Yeah.
Do you know them? Are they good pigeons? I know before you said there was some good pigeons and also some not so good pigeons. And
wow, they don't share a lot. You know, they don't like. I can see that they've got food in there. You know, they could pick that up, come to the edge, and give me some.
Right,
they don't.
We're
you know,
on
do you know
bad
what I
terms.
mean?
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
no, I'm not. Look, as you know, I am royalty.
Yes.
And it is said that some of my very own ancestors, you know, a great grandmother on my mother's side was in fact a fancy aviary bird. That's why I've got. Well, you can see.
Yes, obviously.
You can see the breeding in like
impeccable.
Yeah. So you know, I'm not saying, you know, that's I'm very proud of my heritage, and I wouldn't. I wouldn't ever say all aviary birds. You know.
No, of course, proud to be pigeon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you could go and chat to those pigeons.
See if they give me some food.
Well, yes, obviously that's number one priority.
Yeah.
But about the people in the house. There was a girl like a Pansy, and there's a couple of us. They've been around, and I don't remember them that well. Maybe I was just young or something, but I don't. Clearly they want us to go with them, and I don't trust them. Something's not right.
Look, Hugh, like humans like you. Well, the other ones, they're all kind of the same, aren't they? Like, no offense, and again, I wouldn't ever cast aspersions on all humans either, because I'm very tolerant and open. But
many of my friends are humans.
No, just
you could say your best friend is human. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I would say that.
Whoa, wait, hang on. No, wait.
I've just never said that before, and I just hadn't thought about it before. Sorry, you just suddenly said.
Wait, no, hang on.
No.
Wait, no. Am I not your best friend?
Eddie's world is turning upside down.
Wait, Princess Cecily, are you saying that I'm not your best friend?
No,
in the whole wide world?
Now that you mention it, you are.
Why did you hesitate?
Oh, I feel like Princess Cecily needs to roll something here.
What are pigeon stats in Kids on Bikes?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
I'm gonna roll something. I'm rolling something.
There's no way she gets more than a D4.
Okay, I'm rolling a D4. Oh God. I'm rolling.
The DC is like a 10.
At least it's 15.
Come on, that's a 1. That was a 1. Okay, there's a 1.
Okay.
Good.
I feel like Shamini has fistfuls of dice and they're just spilling out everywhere.
Ones all over. No. No one's ever rolled that many ones.
No, Hugh. I think you're great. Hugh. Don't be mad at me. I'll go and ask about humans. What are the humans doing?
No, stop, Princess Cecily. I don't want to be your friend anymore.
No, Hugh.
No,
come on now, Hugh.
My name's Eddie. You always call me Hugh. You never even want to learn my name.
No, I know that you have human names. I know that. I know about humans. They've got human names.
I think I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I think. Sorry.
Maybe later. Maybe at dinner time. We could We can have a little dinner chat.
I think we need to spend some time apart.
What should I do?
I don't know. I'm sure you'll figure it out with your other friends. And I'll just go back towards where Will is.
Oh my god.
Not a pigeon
no.
breakup. That's not
I
what
was gonna say I didn't have
my
pigeon
God.
breakup on my bingo card.
And that's our fault, to be fair. That is our
Yeah.
own fault for not putting it on the card.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, Eddie, there you are. Wait, you're crying. Are you okay? What happened?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just had a falling out. It's fine. I'm okay.
Okay, we will address that. We will. I promise. We're gonna have a proper heart to heart. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna chat about all of it. But right now, have they just gone, or where are they now? The like lot of children.
So Charles and Pansy are still on the roof. Violet's like miming. Down.
This is all happening concurrently.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
I have to say goodbye to my new friends.
Okay.
Well, they're my old friends, but shush. And I'll turn back and be like, "Oh, Will, hello.
Hi. Yeah. Okay.
We have to go."
Fine. Please feel free to do so. But remember what we said. Everything that happened in the room stays in the room. Look, I'm not very good at subterfuge. I'm not very good at lying.
Okay.
Okay.
Me either.
So I'm just gonna say this. I don't know what Jambi's all about. And if it's good, then good. But if it's bad, then that's bad for all of us, because I want you to be good. Because even though, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't really remember you from the orphanage. I'm sorry. I'm not good at lying, so I'm not going to do it.
I
But
appreciate that.
but you're a person, and you're like us. So we have to stick out for each other, regardless of whether or not we remember each other specifically. So I'm not going to touch you because, again, we've established that whatever happens when you die, I don't like it very much.
What?
But you and me are mates, all right?
Yeah.
Which means we look out for each other, yeah?
Yeah.
In fact, I go so far as to say we're comrades.
You see her demeanor shift, and she sort of puts her shoulders back and goes, "I'd say exactly the same thing, Will."
All right, cool. In which case, feel free to leave, and I won't be following you.
Bye. And she sort of goes to like hug. No, okay. It's Will. It's not a bad thing what I do.
Sure, yeah. Here's the thing about comradeship. There are levels to it. So we've got first level, and maybe at third we will consider touching.
Like bases, you might say.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Before baseball invented.
Maybe one day was baseball invented and available in the UK.
That's not a home run.
It's okay because baseball was invented in 1845.
Yay!
Okay,
And Pansy is famously American, so was bases used as a different thing in. And anyway,
I think that's plenty of time for her to have come over.
yes, I agree. I
Yes.
agree. It's many decades. Right. I think things can be better, Will, and I think Jarnby wants that too.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then that's good. But until we know that for sure, how about you don't mention us to him? And
Oh, he knows you were there.
Good.
Should I have
good,
told you?
good.
I probably shouldn't have told you that, but he does know.
Does he? But does he know that we were in the orphanage?
Yes,
Did he know that when I've been delivering letters this entire time?
probably yes, but I don't think he knew that was you. I didn't know it was you.
Okay. Good to know.
I shouldn't say.
No, that's fine because we're comrades. We're comrades. So you can share information with me. Just don't pass it on up to him yet.
Oh, I don't know if I can promise that, Will. The room was different. We had the agreement. But let's not say anything out here that you wouldn't want him to know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I won't tell
Okay.
him. No, it's fine. Okay, we're going somewhere now. Bye.
I have more questions, but that's
Comrade!
fine.
And she sort of does a salute and then, like, very nimbly, like, runs down and then, like, sort of
Like,
clambers down the room.
reflexively, as she salutes, he salutes, and then goes, "No, fuck, so many more questions." All right,
We should
Eddie,
rename the series to
we are
Comrades.
going to be following them.
Comrade.
Sorry, what? We're supposed to be following them? Hmm?
Yeah, Eddie, we're going to follow them. So
What? Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, I could do with a walk. Yeah, fine.
yeah, well, probably running and jumping as well as walking. But yeah, good, great, let's go.
I fell out with Princess Cecily.
Oh no.
And we'll just walk away as I'm just crying. Like,
Yeah, I'm just like trying to console her, and then I'm like really slowing all the way back down because I'm like, this very loud crying girl is gonna give our position away very quickly. So I'm just like, oh no, and almost trying to muffle her voice, yeah, literally her mouth as I'm comforting her.
she only uses me for breadcrumbs. And
No, she cares about you. No, I mean, as in, she definitely likes the
she doesn't
breadcrumbs.
even know my name. She calls me
knows your
human.
name.
No, she calls me human.
Well, maybe it's just a sort of affectionate nickname because it's from her perspective. That's one of your most defining features is that you're a human. Oh, I'm sorry. Look, you let it all out, and then we're gonna have a chat about it properly later. And hey, if we have to sort of have words with Princess Cecily, then we'll do it. 'Cause I'll give her my mind, a piece of it. I will. Okay.
You walk through the streets, keeping an eye on where you can see. Well, you can see Pansy and Violet. Occasionally, you can sort of see Charles as they're sort of hurrying in front of you. And I think initially you kind of hang back and have this conversation with Eddie. But as you sort of calm Eddie down and want to make sure you don't lose them, I think you get a little bit closer, and I think you hear snippets of what Violet is sort of breathlessly saying to Pansy and Charles. And you can see that they're headed, like as you said, they are headed towards the library, as you might have been able to predict. And Pansy, Violet, right. So, Mr. Jarnby was meeting a friend, and the friend of his has a friend who's in the police. And
Right.
the police said they're gonna go, like, raid this library place. Right? Mr. Jarnby's like, what? And they are gonna find evidence of violence to be.
Right. Okay.
committed,
Okay.
like, it's sort of
Yes, no,
like-
I understand. If the police raid, it's very bad.
Well, yeah, like, and Mr. Jarnby was thinking, like, well, there's nothing there that's that bad. But this friend was like, oh no, they're gonna find something.
As in, they're going to put something there.
Well, I don't know. Or there's something already there. So Mr. Jarnby's like, you've got to get there now, because if they raid it and they can't find anything, then, like, what are they going to do? They can't charge anyone, although they still, like, know who everyone is, and, like, that's not good because then they have to, like, go on the down low, and, like, it's going to disrupt the whole plan. But we got to get there, and we got to get anything that's not supposed to be there out of there quickly.
With three of us. Where are the others?
I
Where's
got-
Stephen?
Stephen's. Well, I've got to go because,
Where are
Yeah.
you going?
well, there might be stuff in that library that
Yes.
links to other people, so I got to go warn them.
Yes, actually, fine. That's fine. Okay. So just me and Charles.
Yeah,
Just me and Charles.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
yeah. That's why
Fine.
you're in charge, isn't it?
That is why I'm in charge,
Yeah.
Violet.
Yeah.
Just because you're older doesn't make you better than me, Violet.
I didn't say anything. What's the matter? You seem cross.
I'm gonna reach out and grab her shoulder.
Oh no!
I think as you do, and you're like running down the street, you're running through this like narrow alley, and the like gutters on either side of you, up on the buildings, just sort of like splash, and I think you all just get covered in this sort of spray of slightly manky water.
Go do what you have to do. I'll help Charles.
She runs off.
Having heard all of this, I'm assuming that having delivered letters to and from the library for so long, I presumably know how to get there fairly quickly. Can I stop following them and just take the more direct route to the library?
That's great. I love that. Yeah. Why don't you roll flight for me?
Okie dokie. May I know the DC that I'm trying to beat?
She's on it. She's on it.
I'm on it.
May I have a number?
I think you're 4.
Oh, excellent.
What are you rolling?
I'm rolling a D12 plus 1.
3 or higher.
Where are we? Where is my D12? There we go. If I had an adversity token, I would.
Yeah, half it. Yeah.
Bloody hell! That was a 3 plus 1 for a 4.
4, which is the DC.
That's what you needed.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say 4? Oh, great! I made it a 5.
Not a 4.
You're like, it's fine.
Not the number I needed to hit.
That was the exact number that I needed.
Wonderful. You and Eddie dash through some side streets and manage to gain on Pansy and Charles as you reach the corner where the library is. These sort of narrow alleys, it's on a corner between 2 roads. Can Eddie and Will, can you roll me brains, please?
Oh god.
Maybe.
Sure. Yeah, I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we reading?
One sec, let me just have a look. Yeah. You could, I would be argued brains or flight, I would say. And the DC for this would be, let's say, a 7.
Okay.
Because it's my favourite number.
I've got a D12 in brains, but I don't know if Eddie's feeling up to it. Nope, that's a failure. I'm crying.
That's a failure for me as well. I got a D20, but I rolled a 5.
Oh.
You're going into the library, right? You're going right. Okay, so you guys dash into the library. It's a little bit, I will say, unorthodox for you to have brought Eddie, Will, because you know what Jonathan's like about, outsiders.
Women.
Oh my god, Jonathan! Jonathan Welsh. But you go in, and it's early afternoon, and there is an event tonight, and it's quite a big one. So there are a few people around, but not tons. Come back to you in a sec. Pansy and Violet, would you also like to roll me? Oh, sorry, and Charles. Would you also like to roll me same hit a 7 on either flight or brains?
That's a 9 on flight.
Okay. You a little bit more prepared. You are coming into this situation a little bit more like, right, assess what's going on, formulate a bit of a plan, a little bit less like running in haphazardly.
Stop Charles probably like round an alley and like.
That's such a good idea. Oh yeah, you should definitely do that, because what you see, so you see this library, you can see that there's a few people going in and out. There's some sort of like delivery that's happening. There's like a sort of grocer's cart, and some sort of food and drink are being taken in and out. And you see around another corner someone watching that happening, someone watching the people who are going in and out. And I will say that looking at that person, you think that person looks very well like they could be a member of the Metropolitan Police.
That's a cop.
That's a cap. That's a cap.
And with that, I think we will pause.
I think at that point I reach out to touch Charles. Like that's what he's doing.
Nice.
Reaching
Yeah.
out to
Nice.
be like, your turn.
Yeah.
Jag, you're it.
Whew.
Lovely. Well, that is our halfway point. But before we go to our break, we do, of course, have the lore drop section.
Woo!
Now, we have today asked Folarin if he would care
Yes,
to
lore
drop
drop.
any lore.
Mm-hmm.
You did a law degree, right,
so
Folarin?
I do have a law degree.
Oh,
Wow.
That's going to be so
Yeah.
useful for
Yeah.
the lore drop section.
This is in
Well,
fact
no.
an LAW drop rather than
Yeah.
an LORE drop. Here is the thing. So I'm going to be so transparent with all of you, friends, and that transparency reveals that I have really only looked at the Wikipedia of this subject.
Yes.
How do you
Wow.
think we all...
What do you think we
We
do?
do, yeah.
Well, there we go. So, because I was entirely unaware of this subject until Shamini mentioned it, but it is really, really, really fascinating, and it is the sort of subject of Chartism. The Chartists were effectively a working class movement for political reform that erupted from 1838 to 1857, and various different sort of parts of the UK. And it is a very fascinating movement, not least of all because it was a sort of combination. I mean, again, it was the sort of workers, from what I can understand, it was like a worker-led sort of organization, but did have some support from certain MPs who at the time were all exclusively sort of aristocratic, sort of upper class people. And basically the People's Charter was a charter that they developed that had sort of 6 points, 6 reforms for the political system to make it more democratic. Those being that every man aged 21 years and above of sound mind and not undergoing punishment for crime should have the right to vote. That
Not the
secret-
women, though. Sorry.
No, not women. Not
Not
women.
No, we get to that later.
And here is the thing, right? So there are all these other ones, but I think it's particularly relevant in this period of time, right? Like looking at the Chartists and their sort of 6 reforms, because again, I think we probably think of the sort of universal suffrage and the right to vote as being a thing that at least men had for far longer than we assume, right? But again, this organization lived and died before every sort of person had the ability, before every man had the right to vote, which I think becomes particularly interesting to consider in our day and age, because our relationship to history and the way we're taught about the sort of progress of things is often that there is this kind of like sort of just constant march from sort of injustice to justice, and that things just kind of get better without anyone actually having to do anything. But in fact, what you realize when you look at the annals of history is that every single right that you have is something that someone has fought violently for. They have disrupted society, they have been nuisances, they have arsoned, they have bombed, they have because at the end of the day, usually people who have power are not very sort of prone to give it up unless you pester them, again, quite violently into doing so. But to get back to the 6 reforms, they wanted a secret ballot to protect the elector in the exercise of their vote. They wanted to withdraw the sort of property qualification for members of parliament, because at the time, in order to be an MP, you had to have land, and actually in order to vote you needed to own land. They wanted payment for members, which would enable lay people, everyday people, to actually be members of parliament, because of course the idea before was that you were an aristocrat who sort of
Swanned
had
around,
lounge about and be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll run the country as a little hobby, why not? Which obviously inherently prevented working class people from being involved. Then they wanted to have equal constituencies, because they didn't want certain constituencies to have more or less power. And they wanted annual parliamentary elections, the idea being that there was no way effectively to create or it would be more difficult for people to become susceptible to bribery if there were kind of elections happening every year. And of course, we now know that all of those, bar the last, have been adopted into law. That's how we kind of do things in this country now. Though my understanding is that the organization or the sort of movement of Chartism did sort of die before these things happened, and yet their work is what laid the groundwork for these things to take place.
Oh, very
That's
cool.
really cool. I love that.
I was going to mention quickly.
I did not know about them.
Yeah,
I never heard of them. Yeah.
I was going to mention quickly because it reminded me of my political philosophy days, Folarin. You talking about that was one of the treaties that was very important for women's rights was, I think it was called The Vindication of Women's Rights by Mary Wollstonecraft, who is the mother of Mary Shelley. And she published this in like 1760, and her argument for women having the right to vote or having more rights wasn't because they were inferior to men. It's just because they lacked education. And you know what's the worst thing that could happen to you, a man? If you died and the only person that can look after your estate is your uneducated wife. So maybe you should educate them, and so that your legacy can continue. And so she appealed to them through that, which I know is not great, but at the time it was quite revolutionary.
Getting however you can. Yeah.
Exactly. And now it's sort of, again, as Lauren said, it's sort of laid the groundwork for sort of modern feminism. She's wild, Mary Wollstonecraft as well. I highly recommend checking out her stuff. She had lots of affairs. She was just unorthodox. She was great.
Feminism.
Loved her. Yeah, feminism. But yeah, so it was one of the earliest feminist, like, asking for the rights for women.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That is, I was recently, I went to a comedy show, in fact, but in this comedy show, this comedian was talking about the fact that in the States, one of the things that they actually did to get a lot of sort of feminist and equal rights laws on the books was really doing it in such a kind of what you're saying, such a roundabout way, where there, for example, was a state, and I can't remember which one, but women were allowed to buy alcohol at 18, but men weren't allowed to buy alcohol until they were 21. The reasoning being for the lawmakers that because it was usually men who were driving, the idea was that actually in sort of keeping it to 18 for women, but 21 for the boys, they were preventing the number of like young boys drinking and driving. But actually, when it then came time for them to effectively repeal some of these laws and to instigate more sort of gender equality laws, they relied on a lot of cases like that to be like, God, oh my God, wow, look how unfair this is for you boys. Maybe we should,
men, doesn't this all suck?
Everything should be the same for everyone, maybe. I don't know. Crazy idea.
Imagine.
It's Illinois is the state. Illinois is the state.
Yeah, and it is that thing of sometimes almost having to I don't know, almost speak the language of the people who are doing the oppressing, kind of being like, look how this thing would be good for you if we changed it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like being like, hey, the patriarchy's bad for men too, right? So, hey, boys, maybe it's just a bad thing. Can we accept it? Rather than being like, here's all the ways it's awful for women. But there's a few over here.
Yeah. So much of the reading that I've done and so much of the like workshops that I've been a part of, it's always what you realize is that we're getting way off topic here, but hey, that's where we're at right now. But it is an amazing thing when you consider that the like number one cause of suicide for young men between the ages of 16 to 40, I believe, is suicide, and there is not some sort of weird abnormality for that happening. It is simply because young men are not sort of socialized to recognize their emotions, to deal with them, to share them with friends, to kind of, you know, process them in a way that's healthy, and we're dying as a result of it. And it's a perfect example of how like, feminism will literally save your life rather than harming you or hurting you. It will literally free you. So that's my message, kids.
We're not changing the world still.
There's
some changes to be done. Let's get on that, guys. We will have a little break now, and we will be back in 10 minutes or so for part 2 of chapter 4 of Urchins.
I get to do the dance.
You get to do the dance, yay!
We find ourselves inside the library. It's a glorified reading room. It's a sort of small hall space filled with books and usually filled with chairs. A little area for making tea, various back rooms, and Will and Eddie, you enter this space as you often do. Will, you see Cleo there prepping stuff in the kitchen. You see that some people have been bringing in sort of bottles of wine, presumably to host this evening at during the talk, so that people have some drinks and snacks as well. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna run up to Cleo immediately with Eddie in hand and just go, Cleo, don't ask me how I know, but something bad's happening. You need to get out. Just get out. Because whatever it is that is coming is going to be especially bad for people like you and me. So just get out, run, go. And I'm not going to wait to hear what she says. I'm going to go and find Welsh.
Amazing. Okay. Cleo is like holding like bottles of wine, and you sort of just dash away, leaving her just like open-jawed. You dash around the space, which like doesn't take very long, looking in Jonathan's like desk, looking in various rooms. He is not here.
Oh.
Oh gosh, is George? I can't remember his last name.
It's
But the second in
George.
command.
Edward George.
Edward George. There we go.
Edward, yeah.
Yes, I will say he is pacing around in the main room, maybe occasionally like moving a chair. Yeah.
Okay. Can I just go up to him and just kind of try and look as casual as I possibly can? I'm gonna like almost gesture to Eddie to kind of stay back. Am I acting on meta knowledge?
Let me pause you while you think about what you want to do, because I just want to, because they were right behind you. Pansy, what are you and Charles doing?
I think I will turn to Charles and say, "You're going to have to go in there alone. I can't follow you.
Why don't you just
Find
say
what?
I don't know. Why don't you just say Oh, okay.
Just keep an eye on him.
Okay, can't you just pretend to deliver something or something? I don't know.
A child?
Yeah?
Charles, just go in and just find
do what?
Jonathan or something and warn them.
Okay.
I'll be out here.
Right.
Tell anyone you know.
I don't really know them.
You must have seen some of them.
Well, I've like delivered stuff before, but
Right.
I don't know what Jonathan Welsh looks like.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, you go in first. I'll find my own way in.
Okay.
And I hate this. And I'll grab his shoulder and do my thing.
He vanishes, and you get this temporary sensation of you feeling like you can't be seen, couldn't be heard. Like if you shouted, like people wouldn't even hear you. But it's quite quick, and like he sort of vanishes much more strongly than he can by himself. And
I'll just give him a thumbs up.
don't know where he is, but
I'm just in the area. I'll be like,
yeah, invisible thumbs up from Charles. You don't know it, but I know. And you are alone on the street outside.
She will just stay in the alleyway and just watch for a bit, and just watch comings and goings. And if there's anyone who sort of looks like they're going in, she will sort of try and tailgate behind them.
Okay. Can you give me? What would you like to pitch for?
I would love to pitch flight, because I think it's her being nimble and trying to she's trying to. Let's put it this way: she knows she's not going to charm her way in right now, so she is trying to just sort of use her small size and just.
Okay. And do you want to get in without anyone seeing you at all, or just without you flagging as something unusual?
I think without anyone seeing me at all.
Okay,
ideally.
okay.
Just she wants to get into the ground. Is there grounds around the library, or is it just a building?
Oh, we know it's a building packed in with loads of other buildings.
The main thing she cares about is the policeman not seeing her.
Yeah.
Going.
Okay.
That's all she's trying. Once she's in, she cares less. But the policeman is the main avoid. She just wants him not to see. She will tag behind people walking along the street and just jump from one to the other until she gets in the door, and then follow people in the door of the library.
Lovely. Okay, I would like you to. I would like you to hit a 10.
Okay. Ooh. I've got a 12.
What do you? I was
Plus
gonna say what are you
1.
rolling?
5.
Take that adversity token.
I shall.
Look at this policeman, right? And you are like, oh, right, is he going to be distracted? And you get the sense that he is getting comfy, right? He is not about to launch a sting by himself.
Mm-hmm.
He is waiting. He is watching. He's occasionally looking at his watch. When things kick off, he'll be ready, but schmeh. So you think, oh, right, he's glanced over there. This is my moment. And I think you do as you say. You're kind of walking behind some people, near the lorry. There's this cart. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna duck behind the cart to go in. And I think as you're kind of just ducking slightly behind this cart that's filled with stuff, someone who clearly works for the shop that's delivering the stuff, comes out of the car and goes, oh, sorry, excuse me. And I think if you glance over to work, because you know where he is,
she will do.
She's sort of watching, maybe making a little note.
I think at that point, if she sees him make a note, she will abort mission, abort immediately.
You were right at the door at this point, I should say. This is you click because the guy was just coming out of the door.
She'll just sort of lean against the door frame, really chill, and just be waiting and just sort of fiddle with her nails for a second.
Right.
Is he still watching me?
I mean, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And she'll just go, okay, in for a penny, in for a pound, and then we'll try and just duck in the door.
Welcome to our world, Emily. This is the world of Urchins, where we constantly get seen and fail all of our tests.
Why is that 10? That seems very high for a small child. Anyway,
just the camera sees outside the building the slightly bemused policeman, just right on the line.
Yeah.
Child enters property.
Yeah.
2:30 p.m. And you find yourself inside. Now, Will, you approach Mr. George.
I think I'm going to approach him and say, Mr. George, how are you doing this evening?
Hello, William. Not bad, really. Yes, just prepping for big night.
Yes, big night. Were you expecting any guests? Any sort of guests that you wouldn't normally expect? Any sort of individuals who are not normally here?
Quite several, no. Well, exactly. Quite a lot of people from various networks converging for tonight's special occasion, getting it all catered.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. I was just wanting to see if you were going to react weirdly. The police are coming. They're coming here. And we should probably not be here when they are here. And if we have any incriminating evidence here, it shouldn't be here when they get here. How do you feel about that? And I just want to watch his face as I say all of this.
He looks effortfully concerned.
Okay, good. That's what I thought.
Will, now, young man.
No, because here's the thing, because you're a very suspicious individual, and I didn't trust you before. And I didn't, because you were asking all sorts of very weird questions.
No, Will.
Eddie, this is the one I told you about, the one that I didn't trust.
Oh yeah. That goes.
Rude young man. Now you listen here. Your imagination is clearly getting away with you, running away with you, and I'll not have you.
It's interesting that you should use that choice of words because I shall, in fact, be running away, and I'm just going to run and start screaming, "Police! Police are coming! Police!" and duck out of there.
Yeah.
Can you roll flight?
Yes,
As he goes to grab you.
Do I hear this?
Yeah, you've just come in the door, and this is in the main area, so I think you see this happening.
What am I trying to?
You are trying to hit a 6.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
You've got this.
Do you have a 6 by any chance?
I'm a D. This is a D12.
Okay.
You could half it.
I
Maybe
don't
adversity
think you've
tokens.
got time to plan. So halving
Yeah.
things is for planned actions, right?
You mean
but
this
hold on.
plan running in the room
so
being like,
it's
police?
halving things for planned actions, but I have a thing called cool under pressure.
Oh, I've got abilities. I forgot about my fucking abilities.
Okay, so in which case, great.
Yes,
I just wanted to make
okay.
sure. I'm going to spend my adversity token.
Yes.
Adversity. I can't speak. Bloody hell. To take half of my dice value, which gives me a 6 plus 1, 7.
Oh,
Amazing.
beautiful.
You poof, duck under as he goes to grab your shoulder angrily. Now, and you start screaming. And you start
Just
screaming.
police are coming!
You start
Run!
screaming. And Pansy, you walk in on this, and people are like, it's not tons of people here, but they're sort of turning, looking a bit alarmed. Mr. George, what's going on? And they're sort of like, Will, what are you talking
I'm going
about?
to shout, don't trust him! Don't trust him!
Will,
Don't
what's
trust him!
doing?
He is a plant! He is a mole! Run!
Absolutely outrageous. This is absolutely outrageous accusations. He's panicking. The stress has got to him. Can you roll?
Do what Will says. Pansy's voice will be so much louder and boom around the room.
I would like a
I'll go
charm
for it.
roll for someone, or potentially both of you, or you could help.
yeah.
I'm a D10 plus 1 for charm.
Okay, I'm less than that.
Okay.
Can I? Shamini, you can say no to this.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, this is fine. Will I be able to use loyal with Will
I don't know.
after
what
our
to do.
conversation on the roof? So it says each of the adversity tokens you spend to help your friends gives them a +2 instead of a +1.
Oh,
I
that's
think you-
great.
We did have a whole thing.
We
where I
had a
said that
whole
you were
thing,
friends.
comrades.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's cute.
Okay.
And
Will,
knowing that you have this ability now, it's almost as if I knew then, because that is very useful.
Right.
Will,
Friends.
I would like you to roll charm. You can add a +2 from Pansy's very severe.
Well, it's adversity tokens,
sorry.
so I will only use it if he needs
If you have to.
Oh right, okay, great.
Yeah.
And I will say this is a tiered check for how quickly and how convinced people are. I will
Okay.
say if you I would say if you hit a 10, that's like everyone's gone out.
Yep.
And if you hit a 4 or less, it's all a little bit. People aren't really moving, and in between, yeah.
Please, everyone, lend me your strength. This is my spirit bomb.
You got this.
Let's go.
Okay, that's a 5 plus 1 equals 6.
I will spend 2 adversity tokens to
Whoa.
give him +4.
+4. Okay, so
Fuck this.
the people who are here, Cleo is already gone. The people who are here, like looking, like listening to you, and then looking at Mr. Edward George, and like they don't know for sure, but that sudden sort of fear that like, has this person been a traitor the whole time? Is this person not on our side at all? And even the possibility that might be true. They are gone. They are out.
Pansy will stand on a chair as people are leaving
Yeah.
and go, "The police are outside. There's one of them on the corner. Be careful."
Okay.
Can I know I ran away from him. Is there anything of George's that I can have grabbed as I run?
Ooh. What kind of thing are you thinking? Yeah. Give me some ideas.
I'm thinking if he had a handkerchief, even if he had like a hat on his head that I could just like lift it. I basically want anything that I reckon might have some memories.
Yes, 100%.
Because I'm hungry for some memories.
Yeah, you
and
want to
some
see.
feelings.
Nice.
Okay. Lovely. Okay.
I will also, if I have time, I will shout out my code name for Charles, which is Griffin. And anyone can work out why that is. I've just Googled it. And I'll be like,
Oh, the Invisible Man.
yeah!
Sorry.
That's fine. I just Googled it. Oh, actually, well, yeah, it's H.G. Wells, so it must be fine.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, Griffin, slow him down. And then be like, Will, you need to leave. And I'll turn and look at Will
Well,
and Eddie.
I reckon you do as well. Yeah.
I'm
we
not,
probably
well,
both leave.
probably not together because they've seen me.
Yeah, well, okay. If they've seen you, they've probably seen me as well.
I'll just say that you have managed to, like, as you were dodging, running around, you reached towards Mr. George's pocket, and you grabbed like a sort of slightly scrumpled up piece of paper from it. So you're now holding that. And Mr. George, I will say, sort of yells and is sort of, having failed to try and convince anyone, is once again going to try and run after you. But as he does, he just sort of trips over as something entirely invisible just sort of tangles up his legs, and he just sort of plops down. But yeah, it won't hold him for long. Would you like to use your powers on the paper now? Oh, sorry,
I don't
would
want
you
to
like
use
carry the
them
conversation?
now.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to kind of look back and go, Charles, if that was you, very well done. Thank you.
Don't.
And-
And Pansy just looks at you like, what are you doing? Griffin!
Oh yeah,
No!
I meant, yeah, all right. And then I'm just gonna run off in like if she's saying that there's police out that way, I'm gonna try and go out the back because presumably I know that way.
Sure.
I will
Okay.
watch the way he goes and I'll wait a few beats and then I'll follow.
Eddie is not there.
Like- oh my god.
When
I
ish?
thought I was holding on to
Whenever
you.
ish.
You were
Pansy
running
even
about.
though Eddie was there.
You
Just
were running
a-
about.
It's like, ah! Just with everyone.
I think we will pause there
Yeah.
and jump some way away to the Strand. Dark and dingy street, down the steps, down into this little basement. And you see Theo, Mr. Tanner, standing at a table, looking through some papers. And he turns to come in.
Right. 2 questions.
Yeah.
Actually, 1 statement, 1 question.
Okay.
The first statement is I have the letter opener on me in very quick
lest we not forget.
accessible places.
Do you give him a
Just want
knife?
to make that clear.
You found it.
You found a knife.
I
Mr.
found it in.
Darby's
I
knife.
found it in your house.
My knife, though, is it?
Property of Pansy.
Yeah.
It says Pansy's knife.
Secondly,
Yeah.
I would guess that there are some kind of ceiling light fixtures, kind of heavy metal ceiling light fixtures hanging.
Let's say that this is a building that has seen better days. So rather than just sort of like little gas lamps on the wall, there's like a sort of chandelier set up. Maybe there's a chandelier in the basement. There's a chandelier in this basement, which it's not even hooked up to the gas. It's like you'd have needed to have gone through and put little.
I love
candles
that.
on
I
it.
didn't think I'd get chandelier. I didn't. I wanted chandelier. I didn't think I'd get chandelier.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only falls and horses, though. That's the only
Yeah.
thing. I'm just the other one will fall, whichever.
Second question, actually.
Yeah.
Where is Mr. Tanner in relation to that fixture?
I will say a few steps back. He's sort of against the wall where there's a table.
Kind
and
of like
and
he
this-
would need to come towards me to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great, excellent. So as I come into the room,
Yeah.
I just say, "You all right, Mr. Clark?"
He pauses, looks at you. What are you talking
Adorable little urchin face on.
about? What are you talking about, Theo?
Oh, I just saw some paperwork. Thought maybe you had a fake name for the crime and everything. You're Mr. Clark, right?
You getting at something?
No, just asking.
Where's your sister?
Oh, she's coming. My brother's bringing her.
So you want to get involved as well?
Nah, bit of a soft one, Will.
All right. This is a
I didn't
we put
take you for a lawyer.
lawyer. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's just I saw some paperwork earlier. Said, Mr. T. Clark Esquire.
You are acting very strange, Theo, and I don't like it. Not
Yeah,
when you-
you're acting kind of strange,
Am I now?
actually. Yeah.
You got some cheek, ain't you?
Huh.
You better remember who pays your way, boy.
I think you better remember who you owe money to. Because the way I take it, you've been lying to me.
Have I?
Oh, yeah. You don't own that building what we've been living in, do you?
Oh,
How could you? I mean, look at you.
is that what this is about?
Go on,
You
be
cross-
honest for once.
You angry with me for misleading you, are you, Theo?
Nah. I just want my money back.
Your money.
And
back.
by the way, as I'm saying this, I'm just slowly with my powers unscrewing that chandelier. I'm pushing myself harder than I ever have. I'd imagine I have some residual spark from Pansy.
we'll calculate the cost of that when it falls, I will say.
I think that makes sense.
But he is definitely coming towards you. Like, I think you're getting him where you want him.
Yeah.
I let you live.
Hmm.
I give you your money. You work for me, and once you've started working for me, there ain't no out. Once you're in, you're in. Whether you're living here, whether you're living there, you're mine. Sorry about that.
I don't think you quite understand who you've been dealing with all this time.
I
You
was
think
about
I'm
to
just a
say the
boy?
same thing to you.
Go on. Who have I been dealing with? Other than a cheap, no good, ugly bastard.
Theo, you're young. So I'm gonna give you another chance. Because you and your sister and your brother, you're mine. And if you cross me, I will hurt you. All of you. And I know you're a good brother. And I know you don't want that. And I know you're a little bit cross right now. So I'm going to advise you, take a deep breath. Walk away. Come back when you've calmed down, all right?
Thing is, people might not cross you, but I don't let people cross me. Chandelier falls.
Okay, right. You have never quite done this
No.
before. And this is a little bit more hardcore than sensing locks are. Ooh, I'm going to call
Go
this...
on.
I'm going to call... Ooh, am I? Ooh.
Go on.
Go on, do
I'm
it.
going to call this a 10.
Great.
How many dice
I
would you
need
like
another
to roll?
dice. I need another one.
How many d6s, Theodore? What are you going for?
4.
Okay. Sorry.
Once I find the 4th. Oh no, my cat.
it just went 4 and it just zoomed in.
Why does it do that? It's very fun.
I don't know. Software. All right. 10, you say?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've
Yeah,
got
you can do that. You can do that.
4
46.
d6. I'm going to roll them one at a time. Let's see how we go.
For the drama.
That's a 3.
3. I'll count them.
All right.
Thank you.
3.
We'll all do it.
That's a 2. We're halfway there.
Halfway through the dice. This is fine.
That's 6. For an 11.
Interesting.
And I'm
Interesting.
going to roll the 4th one
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
Should.
Yeah.
That's another 6.
Kill him!
Let's go through!
I'm not going to simply be satisfied with the chandelier falling on him and hurting him, just so you know.
Oh. Would you... Okay. Would you like to narrate what
Yeah.
happens from now on?
I would love to. Thank you, Shamini. It's at this point that the chandelier unlatches and falls, striking Tanner on the head and knocking him unconscious. His head crashes against the stone floor as the chandelier crystals dance along the floor as they shatter on impact, and I pull the letter opener out of my little pocket, and I think it's at this point that the camera just pulls away as the sound of 2 very sharp slices are made somewhere around this man's ankle. And that's what I do.
Okay. All right.
Shamini will remember this.
No, good. Look, hey,
Oh, will Theo.
Yeah, oh!
it was an escalation. I'm expecting a further escalation.
Yeah. I might have a little think about that.
I apologize, but I thought, look, he's angry. And
Look, Will's already said fuck, so I think...
look, yeah.
This video's already been demonetized. Way back in.
I pulled away before the
You did
vast
pretty
majority
good. Like...
of violence.
I don't know. There was a couple of
We didn't
F-bombs.
say it
and I
in
was
the
like,
first
"What?"
5 seconds. It's fine.
I was gonna say it's
you
only
know,
the first
YouTube's
minute. We're fine,
fine.
and we have the
Yeah.
starting soon screen for most of it, so it's fine.
I've recently checked this with a YouTube partner about swearing,
Incredible.
so it's fine.
Back at the library.
And I take. By the way,
Yeah.
any valuables on him, gone. They're mine.
Just on him.
Anywhere in this room. Anything I think is remotely valuable. Any money.
What
Any
about-
documents he has,
What about
mine.
the room that he keeps locked, where you suspect he does keep his money?
How much time do I think I have?
I think it's getting pretty near the time where some other colleagues might be arriving, but there could be a lot of money in there.
Go on. Let's do it.
We'll come back to that.
I've got to work out what my consequences are.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but if you have,
I'm having some thoughts. We'll
yeah,
talk.
that would be
We'll discuss.
lovely. We're in the library. Will, you turn to start to run. Eddie's not there.
Yeah, because I think I do the full on like, all right, Eddie, let's.
It's comedy gold.
Oh, Will said
Comedy
fuck again.
F-bomb.
Oh no.
Hilarity and hijinks.
Will
Really
has
just
become
like-
a man.
Honestly, and this day he became a man.
But you know when
Um,
kids like learn a new word and they're just like, it's fun
that
to
is-
say this word.
That
Fuck,
is
fuck,
fully
fuck,
it. Like I say fuck, and as I'm like, running around in the panic, I'm like, now I know why people like that word so much. Fuck. Running around trying to figure out where it is gone.
That's a good law
Traumatic
drop,
roll
swear
to
word.
try and find
Sorry.
her.
And Pansy,
I
searching
think
the place, or
she's watching Will
just oh, look at Will panicked.
and just sort
Don't
of
just stand there
watching
and
how
watch.
people work in a crisis and just sort of making note and being like, are you looking for Eddie? Did you bring
Yes,
her?
you
Here.
should also be looking for Eddie, please.
Okay. Eddie!
Oh no! No, just look. No words.
Okay, so you're gonna go like start searching through the different rooms in the library.
Yes, please.
I'll follow Will.
And like whisper, Eddie.
Why are you whispering?
What,
They're not in
why-
here yet.
What? Yeah, but if they get, just shh, stealthy, please.
Mr. George is
Oh, shit, yeah.
scuffling in the main hall, so like you don't like isn't that yeah.
Will, we have to go.
I can't leave without Eddie.
Why is she?
So
Where
you-
will she have gone?
At which point we cut to
Oh, Eddie's not in the library.
No. We're not gonna leave.
Well, hold
I'm-
on, because I might use my brain at some point.
I'm heading
Nah.
home. I'm heading
Fancy
home to the flat.
Eddie just left.
No.
Okay.
I think after a bit, Pan's like, we have to go. Maybe
Okay,
she's outside.
She's not here. No. She's not here. I know that she's not here because I would have seen her if she was here. So she could be anywhere that's not here.
Do you know
let's go.
Do you know a secret way out?
Do I know a secret way out?
Just not the front door.
The back door. Yes, the back door.
The back door.
You're a genius. Right, come on.
Somebody's
yeah,
the back
can I
door.
just-
Let's not forget the
can I
side
just-
door.
As
Can
we
I
get
just book it?
as we get close to the back door, Pansy will sort of not trying to use her powers, but she will like reach out and like stop you from like charging out the back door. And I think she can control it, so I don't think anything would happen. But Shamini, you can tell me if that's wrong.
No, you can control it. It's your power.
In fairness, I don't think he's trying to book as much as in he's booking, but I think based on what you've said, he is going to do like a get to the door, look to see if there's anyone at the door, and then try and jump out.
Okay. Yeah.
Would,
Pansy will look too.
would you like to roll brains or flight for me?
I'd like to roll flight.
But here's the thing: I've got a 20 on brains, but I've been rolling like dog shit, and then I've got a 12 plus
will-
1.
I will say you can take a pause because it'll be less than a 10 difficulty.
Yeah.
So it'll be a 8 probably.
It helps. I got a 10.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, so if I can pause, am I allowed to just take half on?
Yeah.
Or is it not? Is it two?
No, you can take a
I'm
pause.
trying not to
Just
roll
land
because I am.
Yeah.
Pansy like
Terrible.
looks and then is like just
Yeah.
waiting for Will to sort of like
Yeah.
survey the scene, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
fine. And just she'll watch
Yeah.
him like and what he does.
I'll just take half, so that's a 10.
Yeah. Okay. I would say you peer out, and this is like the really narrow back streets. So you can't initially see anything, and then I think after a while you notice that there's actually someone in a window who's clearly been like set there, but they're very much like snoozing. Just like in this window that just sort of looks down in this alley, and again, they're very much waiting for backup for people to come.
In which case, can I go to another, like if this is the back door, I'm assuming that there's going to be like some window or some like room adjacent to it that will also have a window. And I would like to basically tell Pansy to like get ready, open the door a little bit. I'm going to throw like a brick. I'm just going to find something that I can throw through the window so that they look at that and then run to the door to see if
The
that's
window
gonna be
that's
enough of
next
a
to
door.
the door.
Well, maybe far away enough that it's like a couple of rooms over, that they're looking hopefully to the left instead of directly at the door.
They're asleep. They're not
I
paying
think
attention.
if we go quietly, it'll
They're
be
just
fine.
straight up not paying attention.
They're
Oh,
not. No.
I didn't realise the extent to
If you
which he
throw a
was
brick,
not
they
looking.
probably will start
Ah!
looking.
I thought
I
you
don't
were
really want
describing a
to
world
do
in which
that.
they were like looking but just
No.
bored. But you're saying they're literally okay. In which case,
Snoozing.
fine. Let's just
Yeah.
Are you done?
surreptitiously open the door.
Planning things. Shall we leave? They're
Yeah.
not watching if that's who you're looking at.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was, and
After you,
Yeah,
and she'll open the door and like just sort of shove him out, and then
yeah, all
follow.
right. I just think that sometimes, planning is the better part of valor, and actually
Right.
it was sensible to spend some time devising a couple of different plans, and they didn't end up being useful, but...
You know what, Will? I agree. Now hide. And she
alright.
will like go and like. Is it like a garden or is it streets?
Streets. It's all just little back streets. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she'll like go up against an alley and like just sort of run along.
Okay. Where are you guys going?
I'm trying to go back to the flat, but looking for Eddie on the way. Like, I'm trying to take the path that I think... Do I think she would go back to the... Yeah, I think she'd go back to the flat. I don't think she'd go back to the church.
Do you know where she would
So,
be?
I think
'Cause
she's anyway. She's
Pansy will.
probably heading back to the flat. I hope, but
Okay.
on the streets, I'm just like keeping my eyes open and trying to use any route that I think she would use.
Okay. Do you mind if I follow? Charles might follow too. I don't know where he is, but he's normally fine. Oh, hello, Charles. Yes, okay.
Yeah,
He's
well
here.
done. Yeah, that's no. Yes, you.
That guy
yes,
hit
no,
me.
He hit you?
Yeah.
You were invisible.
Well, he didn't know he was hitting me, but he
Okay,
did.
you're okay?
It hurts. My face hurt.
Okay, go home,
Yeah, well,
Charles.
he's not a very nice man, but you did a good job in tripping him up. Thank you very much. That was really useful, actually.
Go home, tell Jambi.
Thanks. Oh yeah, all right. Report back. Right, yeah, okay.
Thank you.
But maybe don't mention me unless you have to. Yeah.
What if he asks?
He won't
Let's
ask.
assume that he doesn't, and then don't.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Don't mention him.
Don't mention Will. No one.
Any of them, Charles.
Don't mention who.
Don't mention anyone.
Am I right?
Don't.
We just went, didn't we? You, Charles, look at me, and she'll like grab him and like, Charles, and she's like looking up because he's
Yes,
a lot
Pansy.
older and taller. And she goes, "You tried to follow them, you couldn't find them. You got me to help, and we lost track of them. Then Violet found us.
Yes,
and we
Pansy.
went and we got everyone out. Okay,
Yes, Pansy.
now go."
And maybe tell Violet the same, because I don't know if she saw me or not. But yeah, thank you very much, Charles.
She's got
Charles
other
is
things.
such
to
a
do.
weak link.
I know.
Yeah.
They're all weaklings.
Pansy is like good. More.
Yeah.
Okay. We will leave you guys there, dashing back to the flat. Theo.
Yep.
You would like to break into Tanner's back room.
I would.
I will say he is a man who employs pickpockets. Probably has some skills himself.
Sure.
Um,
Probably doesn't have much of anything now, really.
and he employs pickpockets to steal amounts of money, and everyone kind of knows that, this back room is where he keeps stuff he doesn't want you to see.
Is there an alternate exit to this place, by the way, or is that the only entrance and exit? I would imagine so, but I'm just
Basement steps. It's just the basement steps, yeah.
I've got to push my luck. Yeah, I've got to do it. Like, there's nothing else that is... What am I going to do? Be like, no, I didn't want to take a risk. I got to. I have to. I have to. There's nothing else that I can do.
What I will say is, the key thing here is how long it takes you, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Not whether you can do it or not. So I'd say if you can roll me on this door, if you roll me a 4, you can open this door, but kind of slowly.
Oh, what with power dice? Yeah.
With your powers.
Got
it. If you roll higher than that, you will be proportionally quicker.
I'm gonna use 2 dice here.
Okay. 2d6.
I have, by the way, I have 2 things locked and loaded to forget.
Great. Thank you. Wonderful.
We'll talk about it because they might not be severe enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
I think they're quite severe, but we'll see. That is 4 and a 4 for an 8.
Nice. You get into this door really easily, and you are presented with very, very small room, various stuff, including the thing that catches your eye first of all, a safe.
Excellent. Let's break into the safe.
I think you should break into a safe.
Come this far, haven't I?
Yeah. It's a slightly slower process, but you've done it before. It is within your skill set. I think I will probably say the same thing again. I think you roll me a 4, you can do it, but it'll take a while. The higher you roll, the quicker you do it.
Just weighing up if I want to use a 3rd dice, honestly. Look at Fiona's face. I think I should.
Oh, please don't.
I think I will. I think Theo's mad. I think he's brute forcing things. I think he's not really minding the consequences right now.
Drama.
That was 3 dice. 1 rolled a 1, then 1 rolled a 2 for 3. But the 3rd, that one rolled a 6 for a 9.
You just move your hands
You
over. It's like an
are,
automatic door.
amazingly speedy, as you can feel. It's like you can feel something like running through the metal, running into you. You can feel the whole metal of this big solid box.
I feel like I'm almost running on a high. Like the brief touch with Pansy earlier, like kind of awoke me to the potential of what I could do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think, I'm just pushing further
Yeah.
than I ever have.
Amazing. And you swing open this safe, and there is some cash. There are some. There is a bag that you would recognise as the bag that you lifted from the Hatton Garden post office.
You know what they say? Seize the means of production, and I will take it all.
Amazing. As you depart this place, will you just roll me probably a flight? I don't know if that doesn't really fit your mood right now.
I mean, I am trying to get out of here with some swiftness, I'd say.
Okay, roll me flight.
Dice there, flight. What am I trying to hit here?
This is again, it's slightly tiered depending on what will happen. I will say if you roll,
If we're factoring in how quickly.
yeah, that was super quick. Quick. I will say, in order to get out before they get in, all you need is a 6.
A 6! Jesus Christ. I'm just so everyone knows, I'm rolling a D8.
Okay.
However,
And
you'd
there's
have to
no one
roll
there to help you.
a bit higher to get away 100% scot-free, just because they are on their way.
For sure.
But it's whether you
It's whether I get away, period.
Yeah.
And this is just a D8. You don't add anything to this.
No.
Okay.
I'm just looking at my
It's
my
somewhat
skills.
tiered.
Like,
It's somewhat tiered. So
yeah. No.
this is all about where.
Can someone
is.
do me a favor and just look in the rules book and tell me how many adversity tokens I need for lucky?
It's 2.
I've got it too.
I think I only
Yeah.
have 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm so successful. Just might change. Oh. All right, here we go. That's only a 2.
No.
Oh wow. Okay. With a 2, I will say, as you are coming out of this room, you hear footsteps coming down the stairs.
Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Cash stuffed in my pants. Leave the bag, and then I just go break down into tears, rehearsed orphan style, in the middle of the room.
Okay. I think it is Sean who is arriving first. I think you hear this heavy step, and then you hear this hesitation in the step pauses as he hears your tears, and then like boom, boom, boom.
Can I just like
down.
who's that? Ah!
What's happened?
Oh, I don't know. Someone's got Mr. No. You gotta get someone, Sean.
What? Looking at Mr. Tanner, is he recoverable? Is he gonna get better? Could he potentially get better?
Okay, I can say what
stand
I
up.
thought happened. I thought he cut his arteries in his ankles.
Yes,
and
he
that
did.
man is dead.
Yes.
Oh, I just
Oh,
cut
yeah.
the tendons.
I
just
thought he cut the
tendons.
tendons.
Oh, tendons.
I
Yeah,
also
okay.
thought it was the tendons. To be fair.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
it was like
I
an
didn't-
artery and
I don't
dead,
think he's
but-
dead.
Yeah.
But I do think it's like oh, he looked bad.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
real
Yeah,
bad.
with a massive chandelier on him.
Like
Yeah.
there's
Blood,
blood.
yeah.
I don't think if you, like blood pulling out, chandelier on him, blood coming
Yeah.
out everywhere. It looks
Yeah.
bad.
Okay. I think Sean looks like a little bit.
Sean, you gotta help!
What? Oh God. I'll get a doctor or something.
Yeah, go quick!
God. And he runs back up. He pauses just at the top of the steps, kind of looks back, just looks at you, and then goes.
Sorry, that's just Zack internally to this ma'am.
No, it's another thing that's
And Theo's
happening.
like,
Just gonna get one of
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
What did you like? I think he does the tears for as long as he thinks Sean will
Yeah.
hear them, and then goes.
Yeah. Okay. And you
It's
are
only slightly psychopathic.
you are out. You were
This
away.
follows completely with the.
I
For those who
know.
watch the session 0, you know exactly what I'm
No.
doing.
Eddie.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh God, what are you doing?
The fuck are you doing? Yeah.
She's got pigeon issues, guys. It's more important things
I just
going
wanna
on
say-
in Eddie's world
I
right
really
now.
want to say something. When me and Shamini had our little like pre-session 0 before I came into this, she was like, Emily, try and make sure they don't split the
I
party.
don't think we should split the party this episode. Let's episode 4. Like, just let's not split the party.
3 ways.
Keep them together, Emily. Emily,
Three
it's
ways.
And then
all
I
you.
left. I was like, well, I'm gonna go. Yeah.
And then we were like, yeah, good
I thought they might
idea.
all follow me. That was my theory. I was like, maybe they'll all follow me, and that'll
To be
fine.
fair, I did
Clearly,
say go
clearly.
follow them.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
So,
Edwina.
that's me. Hello. Okay. Sorry, my heart's been beating very fast. I want to be back in the flat at this point. I think Eddie's had enough. Her best friend in the world doesn't believe she exists. she's been sort of like given as almost like cargo to between Theo and Will. So she's gonna do something. As she goes, picks up her stuff, and then makes a beeline for Theo's secret place in the floorboards.
Oh, okay. You know
Yeah,
where it is. You're a
that's good.
sneaky little 10-year-old. You've been watching him.
Yeah, I open it.
Yeah.
And I think one of the first things I see is the crystal from Madame
Yeah.
M's.
Yeah.
My heart really sinks at that. And I just take a few bits and pieces and I see a notebook.
Shit.
And I pick up the notebook and I skim through it. I see a picture of mine. And there are words in it that I cannot read.
Oh, God.
And I just take the book and I take it with me, put it into a little bag with Nelly, my doll, and go, I don't need any of them. Don't need any of them.
No.
And I'm going to leave the flat.
Oh no. The party. It be split. So split. What's just the last thing we see of Eddie? Is she?
As she sort of gets out of the skylight and sees the roof and she goes, I think it's time to go underground for a bit. Maybe I can try talking to the rats. And I'm gonna
You're
go.
gonna become the rat queen.
I'm gonna go the rat queen. I'm gonna try and just scoop my way down into the sewers. Good.
What a
I'm
baller
so-
move, Fiona.
I'm
love
so
that.
I you're gonna I'm gonna use this and I'm like, cool. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll take your book. You don't need it, right?
No?
Oh.
A little while later, and I'll sort of narrate this if you don't mind. Will and Pansy, you arrive back in the attic. There are still people working on the street outside, starting to chuck old bits of stuff into the street, starting to gather tools. You clamber across the rooftops, past the chimneys, past the pigeons, into the skylight, into this somewhat meagre room. And Eddie is not there. And Will, if I may, you grip this little scrap of paper that you had in your hand that you grabbed from Mr. George, and you sort of inadvertently get this sense from it, get a faint memory of Mr. George at the library looking at a crate full of guns, closing the lid on the crate and carefully just arranging like a cloth over it and some pamphlets over it as well. And a sense of sort of righteousness, I would say. And as you sort of like get this sort of like little hit of a vision, you look down at the paper that you have been holding in your hand, and you get a little bit of a vision as well of this paper coming out of a pocket. You vaguely recognise the fabric as a jacket of Jonathan's, and you see Mr. George's hand reaching in, taking out this paper, and the vision of Mr. George looking at the paper and you looking at the paper kind of merge into one as you read what seems to be a receipt for some items purchased. And at the bottom of the receipt is the name and signature, Mr. Alexander Jarnby. And you sense from Mr. George just that little gotcha. that is where we're going to end
No,
this episode.
I'm not ready, Shamini. I want more.
Well, you're not ready. Sorry, I didn't check whether you were ready. Surprise guest, Emily Bates. Oh, what?
Surprise guest.
Emily Bates.
Well, that's me. I'll
What?
be gone now forever.
No.
That's-
I mean, what do you think, guys, of this trial? And I think we should invite Emily to stay for the rest of the series.
I suppose.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
on
not
a
the
trial
whole
sort of
series,
probationary
yeah.
basis.
Maybe at least one
yeah.
more. Maybe at least one more.
Yeah.
Let's give it one more go.
So, as we recover from that, I think it's very important that we just check in with everyone, and they are fantastic actors, fantastic performers, fantastic improvisers, and fantastic TTRPG players. So I don't know about you, but I'd like to find out more about them, what they do, really cool stuff that they might be working on. That's what I'm thinking. Our special guests, Folarin.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello,
It's me.
Folarin.
I'm feeling. I'm still. I'm just. There's so many consequences that we're going to have to deal with.
I know.
So,
Not the consequences of our own actions. No.
Hate them.
truly, we did it to ourselves.
I
Um,
hate to reap, but I love to sow.
Yeah, the thing is, it's so much fun when you're sewing. You're sewing, and the world is full of endless possibilities. And then, oh no, fuck, we have to reap. But my name is Folarin, and you can find me on the internet. I think the best way would be I have a link tree. It is Akinmade, and from that link tree you will find the other things that I do at various places on the internet. But for now, I will just be head in hands, despairing for what we have done.
What have we done?
Zachary.
See, I have no such regret about my actions. I am Zack, and you can find me all over the internet at ZackFG, where I will continue to have no regret for any of the things that I do.
Yes.
You can also find me on the podcast Realms of Peril and Glory, where we tell incredible stories using actual play systems like Cyborg, like 13th Age, like Liminal, like Solemn Veil, etc. We've got beautiful sound design, gorgeous original music, and you can find a lot of the people here at this table on the podcast as well. So please come join us at realmspod.com or search Realms of Peril and Glory wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you very much.
Lovely. Fiona.
Cool. Sorry,
Oh.
yeah. Well, I'm part of the RP Geeks. I've got other things and pieces, but that's us. That's us.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey! Wow.
Hey.
Whoa.
Who'd have
hey.
thunk it, guys?
Who'd have thunk it? We're here. Yes, thank you so much for watching this on our YouTube channel. If you're like, gosh, you guys sound great, but I hate visuals, well, check out the podcast.
I hate your faces.
I hate
Get-
your
You
faces.
can hear
them
us
out.
in your ear holes.
I love their faces.
I think the faces are good. But yes, we are uploading every sort of series that we have onto our podcast. Urchins is currently not up there at time of streaming, but it will be up there once
Unless you're listening to it on the
You're listening to it
podcast.
right
Wow,
now.
look at
It is
that.
up there. Yeah.
In
We've
the
done
past,
it.
It wasn't.
It's
It's
here.
now. It's out. So
Hello,
yes. So
Fiona.
please
How's
go
the
check out-
future?
Yeah, please.
Is it better? Oh, please tell me it's
We
slightly
can make
better.
it better.
Tell
It's
us we
probably
end
worse.
happily. That's fake. So yes, go check us out, and please, if you want, please send us or give us like a like or a subscribe. Sometimes Spotify you could do like comments about like I really like this, so please go do that as well. Yeah, that's all I would say on like podcast stuff. Go check that out, please.
Emily Bates. What would you like to
Hi.
add? Add something.
I'll add that I'm happy that I'm back. That's
Yeah.
what I'll add. I'm back, bitches. You thought you got rid of me, but I'm here, and she's back. So if you hate me, time to switch off again.
No,
But-
no.
Come back.
No, no, wait, come back. Maybe I'll be better this time. You don't know. I could be okay. You don't. It's fine. No, I've missed doing this, so I'm very pleased that we're back. You can find loads more that we've done on our YouTube channel. I'll plug the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/RPGeeksD&D. That's Daddy Norovirus Daddy, and
That's no,
Yeah.
pause.
yeah, that's
Pause.
old.
Because
That's old shit.
because there are
Uh,
so many.
Hmm?
There is Delta. There is
There's-
Nancy.
yeah.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Norovirus.
There's-
Yeah.
There's also
Daddy,
norovirus
sure,
and
yeah.
Daddy.
There's
Daddy
lots of
again.
things.
Daddy, NATO, Daddy.
Daddy Norovirus Daddy does in fact work. So, and this is a long
It
term.
works. That
Been
is
here
one
for
of the
a
most
long
rogue
time.
choices. Okay, I'm.
We,
This is
we,
like
I'm
we assume it's been
RP
working
geeks
this whole
lore.
time,
Hey,
right?
hey,
Like,
Lauren,
surely.
maybe you should be thankful that it's not Daddy Nasty Daddy.
But it could be. Okay, imagine if it was Daddy Nasty Daddy.
Daddy, daddy, daddy.
I'm not going to say that again.
Thank you for putting things in context. I do actually appreciate that it's not. So
Aren't,
thank you, yeah.
aren't we better?
Yeah, that is better. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can find out if you go back far enough, you will find the first time that I say that on the podcast. I don't know when it was. It was definitely in our
idea.
first campaign. So,
there?
like that is like we're talking
Thanks,
2021,
Emily.
I
Thank
listened to that
2022.
podcast and I
us.
do not remember that, but I,
Folarin,
Not a real
look,
fan.
look,
Yeah.
Folarin was a fan, and now we'll look
I'm
very
a fake
in.
fan.
So if you're a
Actually,
fan,
I'm a fake
like-
fan.
Fake fan,
No,
fake
that's
fan
not true.
Folarin.
I've known Folarin for a long time. You can't just all. I'm sorry. You can't just all just come on the show. Anyway, I haven't done this for a while. Shamini,
Great,
save me.
Fate's going well. I'm going to plug, the RP Geeks Patreon. We've referenced our session zeros a lot because they're particularly interesting for this series, I would say, and they really built up a lot of interesting stuff, which I'm really enjoying coming to fruition, including lots of lovely tropes everywhere, and like, you know, I'm there being like, oh, how do I get Fiona's character underground, because she wanted to go underground. Oh no, there she goes. She's
Bye.
gone.
I'm gone.
Ooh.
Can we take this opportunity just to shout out troops?
Tropes.
Tropes are great.
Tropes.
My friends, you think that in order for your TTRPGs to be good, you must be original.
Yeah.
No.
What is that shit?
Tropes.
Like steal
I promise you.
everything.
Steal everything.
Everything.
think-
Steal
that if
everything,
you-
and what you will discover is that in the telling of the thing, you will find strange uniqueness. But
You
trust
think
me, the tropes
I've
are
ever
your
told
friends.
an original story in my life?
None of us
Never.
have.
Not
There are
once.
none.
There are 7.
There are like
What is it?
7.
Yeah.
7?
Thousands
You've
of years
never
ago.
come up with the original idea. Every single
Yeah.
thought you've had before, someone else has had before.
And it's
So
Pink-
you
fine.
just got to deal with
Pink elephants flying on a giraffe made of rainbows.
Cliche,
You
mate.
basically
Can't
just
believe you
described
came up with
Fantasia.
such a cliche idea.
derivative
I'm
of Winnie the Pooh.
We're very
Hufflepuff's a
pro
rule.
theft. I would like to
Hufflepuff.
steal the identity of
Yes.
2 of our patrons.
I love
I have it up.
Hashtag segue.
Wait, what does?
She's so good.
Identity rule.
That's another deep lore RPG thing. It's hashtag segue. We're like,
It was
we're going
hashtag something.
hashtag
What was it?
professionals was the
Hashtag
main one, but yeah.
I'm going to give that a 6 out of 10 in terms of a segue, because yes, you did segue, but
then I
also you
said
did
hashtag
threaten the
segue.
patrons. Yeah,
Yeah,
they are.
absolutely.
They are.
We are.
indeed.
Look, the
are,
patrons
all
are
of them.
never safe on this show. Like they
Okay.
look, it is a roll of the dice whether they are lucky or not. So
And which
who would
dice
like
should
to?
we roll?
Yeah.
You're paying for the danger.
We have a D20, please. If anyone, and then re-roll
Can I do
ones.
it? Oh no,
Emily
Zack, you
can
do it.
absolutely do it. No,
Well,
no,
Zack do
Emily.
it. Zack had his
Emily
dice
do one. Emily's
Emily
back.
do one.
Sorry.
Emily's back.
Zack, do the same.
Wham.
Please back.
Re-roll
So
the
two.
Do it as well.
Two.
Two.
Okay,
Mm.
Nathan Decker. Nathan
Nathan.
Decker.
Oh, I've not done a Nathan Decker one before. This is exciting.
No, I know.
What are you
It's
thinking?
very exciting. So we are going to put Nathan Decker into the world of Urchins. Something chapter 4 related. Oh, Florin's got one. Florin's got one.
I have a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Will
You
Nathan
could
Decker
do
like
an
it?
undercover cop.
No, don't
he
make
won't
Nathan.
like it.
Don't make
Okay.
Nathan the
Wow.
Well,
cop.
how
this is
we
the thing,
live.
I,
Look,
as I
we're
was thinking it,
horrible
I was
to our
like, is that
patrons.
mean? Is that mean to make him
Yeah.
under? Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
What about the
the
sleepy
army.
person? Were they a cop? Sleepy.
They
Yeah,
were a
they
cop.
were,
They
but
were a
maybe
cop.
okay, maybe Nathan Decker is the sleepy cop who let us get away.
An incompetent undercover
An
cop.
Yeah.
incompetent undercover
Well,
cop.
but is he
Congratulations,
incompetent?
Nathan.
Or actually, is he secretly in favor of the revolution?
Sure.
And
Heck
so
yeah.
he's like,
On the
he's
inside.
effectively a mole within a mole.
Heck yeah.
A mole within a mole.
You can believe that.
He's got his
Nathan,
own.
believe
Nathan
that.
Decker, please tell us what your
If you
undercover
believe
cop's real
What a-
like, deep motivations are.
Constable
see.
Decker really does sound
mean,
like
that
someone who is
does,
not a
yeah.
mole. That is
Decker-
like a
Decker
full-on
is
mole.
PC
Blade
Decker.
Blade Runner.
PC
isn't it?
Decker's
So-
good.
does
But
sound
we
very
don't
good.
know. He could be someone who went into the okay. Here's my
Okay.
pitch.
Okay, we
He
don't
went
know.
into
We
the
don't know
police.
Nathan's pronouns.
He went
of
into
course.
True believer in
Yes.
law and order, and then
Yeah.
discovered corruption within the ranks, discovered that the law is a social construct that demonizes the working class and poverty, and only exists to uphold a sort of ruling elite class, as he was sort of, embedding himself into this organization, and then eventually came to the realization, actually, the revolution is where it's at, but I will remain within the police so that I can feed information
Hell
to the revolution. And in
yes.
fact, the reason that we know about the fact that the police are coming,
That's-
friend, in fact, he is the friend that informed John.
You got there.
Germany, is
You
that
ca-
true? Can that be true? That's true.
You
Great.
came back
wonderful.
round.
Boom.
That's true.
Yeah.
Snaps.
That's true. Came all like it all fits together. I don't know why I didn't see
Next
it before.
session, we're gonna come back, and PC Decker is gonna be an extremely
character.
important NPC.
I will say, Snap
Nathan,
got my Raven in the
police
chat.
constable, NPC. Sorry.
So I was gonna say, like, because Blade Runner, the main character is called Decker, so we've got
Deckard.
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
why Snapping is going like, is
Deckard.
he a robot? We don't know. I guess we will never
Ah.
know.
NPC
Victorian
Decker.
robot.
Steampunk, yeah.
Steampunk robots. There you
Yeah.
go.
I love it.
Lovely.
All right.
Zack.
I have rolled a 9.
A 9. Okay, gotta do some quick math. Hang on.
Maths.
Quick math.
Maths, Fiona. You've been in
Maths,
America.
maths.
Maths. We've got Caitlin Criv.
Riv.
I've got a pitch.
Go
Go
for
for
it.
it.
Go
for,
on.
for a character that came up this episode. Oh, horse!
She's the pigeon. She's the pigeon that's scared of horses.
Oh,
Perfect.
I
Yeah.
love
It's
that.
done. It's
That's
done.
really
Can I also? Can I
good.
add? Can I?
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
enhance?
embellish.
I think
yeah.
she is one of those like beautiful white pigeons you see
Oh,
that has like
yeah.
little flecks of grey and like
Yeah.
she was just having a lovely fly and
Yeah.
everyone was like, wow, what a cool pigeon.
What a
And then
beautiful
saw
pigeon.
a beautiful
Yeah.
horse and also went, ah, horse.
Yeah.
Very well
Can
manicured.
I further add
Horses are
that she's one
scary.
of the pigeons that Princess Cecily was like, oh, can I have some of your food? And she was like, absolutely not. This is mine.
Ooh. But that would make her a different. Maybe
Oh,
I
wait,
know
were they
more
not the
about.
same?
We don't
Maybe
know
I
about
know
those
more about
pigeons
some
yet.
pigeons than you know about.
Wait,
some
there's a
pigeons.
pigeon
Who knows?
law going on
No,
in this
that's
game?
Oh, wait, have you revealed something?
Stumbled on lore,
Big
guys.
Bad is the big monster pigeon I thought
The
it was
giant
going to be.
pigeon.
Oh my
No.
We're
god!
waiting for the giant pigeon.
Ah!
Maybe I have a line in my text from Shamini about everything that's important about some pigeons.
I'm not going to
Those are
lie
always
to you.
important.
Up until this exact moment, I thought the pigeon talk was not that relevant.
I assumed it was improvised.
I don't know if it is
I
relevant.
really-
I'm going to put it out
I
there.
also assumed it was
relevant to
improvised.
me.
This is
I think
This
the
is-
only
but
thing
like-
that's relevant is Fiona's character. to
Aw.
give me a loop
Yeah.
in there, I think is the main
Got
thing.
it.
Well,
But
with
I don't think she can be that if she's at a horse as well.
with that, I think we should leave the pigeon
Have you missed
conspiracy
me,
theories
Shamini?
until next week. We will indeed, if you're watching live on YouTube, we will be back here next Tuesday, I believe, which is the 1st of July. We won't be having Clock Tower next Tuesday, please be aware. We will be having...
I'd just like to point out, next Tuesday is Canada Day.
Oh, Canada.
Okay.
He could be extra Canadian for us,
Cool.
Zack. That's what's going to happen there.
What do we
Wait,
do on
oh,
Canada Day?
wait.
What can we do for you on Canada Day?
What
I
would-
just
what would you
think
like?
extra adversity tokens.
Oh, fuck off! Absolutely, get
Like, could I
I
collect
really
3
like-
adversity tokens?
Get
per
My
Right.
person?
character to be better.
Look, Canada's had a difficult year.
Yeah, to be fair, the UK's had it easy, so
Yeah, well, exactly, yeah.
it's probably easier than Canada.
feel like-
But
The closer the physical proximity to the United States, the
But
more
I would
I
just
have
like,
sympathy.
if you're in the chat, I would love a little Happy Canada Day,
Oh,
Zack.
That would be nice.
Okay,
That would be
let's
nice,
see.
wouldn't
Let's see
it?
if we all remember.
I don't think you will.
chat, do you hear
Nobody
that?
really
That's
impacted
the
me that much.
gauntlet. That's been laid down.
Yeah.
I know
Maple
enough
leaf
Canadians.
covered
I think we
gauntlet.
can make this a thing.
We can make it a thing. Oh,
Snap says, watch the film 51st State.
No, I don't want to do that.
What is that? Is that
Good.
is that
Oh,
about
okay.
making it to
No.
another
Is it
part
about
of America?
Canada?
I was going to say that
That's the
sounds
joke.
divisive.
That's
Yeah, it's
the
a-
thing that
it's-
Trump gives.
But is there
yeah,
a
there's a
film?
thing. No.
I don't know.
About.
51st State is the thing that Trump's trying to do to Canada.
No, I knew that.
No, but what's
is
the
it
film?
51st
I don't
Date?
know.
Is it a
I'm
play on that? Because I do actually really like that film. I know that's
The film
controversial.
51st Dates.
51st
Oh
Date.
yeah, but that's a good.
I don't think that's related. No.
I
But
don't
it
think
sounds
it's.
like 51st
it's-
State. If you say 51st State, it sounds like 51st
No,
State.
there is a
Anyway.
film-
But there's a real
there is
film called
the
The
51st State,
Oh.
About-
which is also known as Formula 51, which was released in 2001 with Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Carlyle, Emily Mortimer, and other people I don't care about.
Great.
And it's about policemen and marijuana.
Oh,
Are they
Oh,
the state?
snap, we're not going to watch it. I'm sorry. We might watch 50 First Dates, though. Bit of Drew Barrymore.
I'd probably
Yeah,
watch that again
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Bit of Samwise Gamgee as well in that film.
Quite ripped in that film. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the brother.
Yeah.
It is a UK-Canada co-production,
Ah.
and I think it's set in
Good
Liverpool.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's watch this. This
I feel
sounds
like we do
insane.
need to
Like,
figure out
let's
what's
do a
going on
watch
in that.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need to
yeah,
figure out what's
yeah.
going on in that film. No, we need to wrap up. That's what we need to do, right?
Oh, sorry,
No,
sorry.
watching that film right now. We will be back here next week. Whether you are watching us on YouTube, listening to us in the future on the podcast, whether those are the two options really. No, that's it. Hi, welcome, thank you. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Join us next time, and wherever you are and whenever you are, have a lovely week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.